And so, Kokanee, this one's for you. And he's gonna, with a very, not too gratuitous, but it's a light body roll, is gonna start singing. You were a fighter, looking for a cleric, someone who knows how to heal and keep everyone alive. Gotta be a tiefling who takes you to Falanis. Buck wild when you lose your heart. You know she's gonna resurrect you. Wounded, get nappy. She'll heal you. If you're dying, don't worry. Nepanther will save you. And he was just gonna sing that through.
Okay. Amazing. Can you roll a performance check for your dancing, please?
Yeah, I gotta go get my.
It's 400 gold pieces worth of gems for the pair.
For the pair, and then 300, so seven all up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see what's wrong. Sweetie, does this make you happy?
You don't have anything. Sorry, Lennon needs to compose herself.
With a very long beak, it is a kookaburra bird.
I think we killed Lennon. I think Lennon's dead.
Okay. You know where to go? I've not met you before, so it's my first day.
Sorry, it's lovely to meet you. What's your name?
My name's Bruce.
Oh, all right. That's lovely to meet you, Bruce.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. So you managed to push her down. I will have you both make Constitution saving throws.
You get my +4.
Straight
Disadvantage?
saving throws.
Or
No,
just
just
straight?
straight saving throws.
Straight saving throws. I tried to make straight saving throws before I came out. We're at that point in the campaign. I'm sorry.
The different families. But for a while now, I haven't said it out loud, but my name is Letters Blackwater. That's who I am. And I'm the only one who does want to be here doing this. Because what we do here matters.
Lightkeeper, I'm just checking in.
Sure. We'll see you in the morning.
Can I come in?
The temple's closed.
Was it the leaf?
Dear, may I have your hand?
Yes, of course, darling.
Yeah, I'll dimension door in. Just to the other side of
You
the door.
can't see inside.
I don't have to.
He's been inside
I'll
before.
spot within 500 feet.
You like pop in and you see there's like an older gnome kind of turned like, oh, that's crazy. And then he looks over. Whoa.
Hi. Oh, are you okay?
No, I just need a second. Oh. No, I'm good.
I just like go right in. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I know, and I heard that time that Finnan woke you up and you were really angry and all that. So like, I'm super sorry, but I'm getting married in like an hour.
Oh, to who?
Neppy.
Oh, great, good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thanks.
You talking? You all right, buddy? You guys are really committed to this. Anyway, bricks and cinder blocks are really different. These are all things that I've learned recently. You don't know the things that you learn building a church. So like it was really important that we get a little cog on every single brick. And most of them were hand
71.
Oh.
Oh,
Is she out?
she's out. That's an insane amount of damage. She had a lot of hit points too.
What was that?
Oh.
199?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
If my math is
199.
199.
Woof.
Yeah, as you just like you wind up and you just drive your sword into her chest. As she just like there's a moment where you like the first hit, like this huge hit where her eyes kind of like she's so confused. She's never been caught this.
You see in the
I
dark.
am
I just cast it on
fucking
him.
sleeping. If we're not being attacked, fuck off.
I cast it on him.
I'm having nightmares about you fucking me over.
Letters only
What,
gets a
me?
short rest.
And
He's
now
so
I'm
angry.
waking up to my living nightmare. You monster child. Sorry, I'm grumpy in the morning. I need to, if I haven't had breakfast. Can I get some spider milk? Fuck, I'm not in the scar.
Callie's gonna start talking to Letters in Sylvan. Just
I am
basically gibberish.
trying to sleep, you
Okay, I'd like to request if we're going to the tomb that somebody keeps an eye on me and my pants at all times.
Don't go farther than 30 feet from me in that convenience.
Clack, how do you feel about that job?
I would be so honored. Also, Spooky, I had an idea. While everyone was talking, I really couldn't get Toontown out of my head. And I have an idea for when things are back to normal and the sky is good. What about like a theme park sort of thing called Toontown? Could be like an interactive sort of skeletal themed theme park. Just
That
an
sounds
idea. I don't know. I'm an ideas guy.
I like the sounds of that.
I like that. You like that, actually?
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
okay. Cool. Sweet. That is awesome. I'm going to sit down. I'm a little lightheaded.
Okay, great. So
Okay, can we have another person watching my pants just in case Clack gets
Is it your fault you got hit with a sword?
No.
No, because they're just skilled with a sword. You're getting hit with someone's tool, someone's weapon. It's not your fault. You shouldn't blame yourself because people cast magic on you. I get shot in the chest with a crossbow bolt. It's not my fault. It's the dude who shot a crossbow bolt at me. Like, I don't know if that helps at all, but it's never your fault. It's not that you're not good enough or you're too weak or something like that. They're just using a skill or a weapon or a tool proficiently. It's their fault. Yeah.
Callie would be. Thank you. Well, that helps
I'm glad.
a lot.
How do you want to kill your dad, dude? That is exactly how much you needed to do it.
I am going to kick him in the chest, pushing him off of the building, and then I'm going to jump after him.
Okay.
As he falls to the ground, I am going to land on top of him, pushing the bayonet through his shoulder and into the ground.
Yeah, as you hear this sort of sickening crunch as you land on top of him. As you can see, he's like about to say something, and then with the impact, it's just like,
I was your son. And I'm just going to pull the trigger.
Okay. You hear this sort of like muffled as blood just kind of sprays up at you.
Oof.
Damn.
You do so much more than just kill people and move rocks. You're so much more than that. You're such a bright light for us and for Wolfreen, and you throw those drum circles. And I think you say you move rocks, but I think you are a rock for a lot of people. And I think if you weren't here, everything would fall apart.
And we're live, I guess. Welcome to Blackwater
my
D&D,
gosh.
where we've been
Wow.
playing D&D for 50 episodes on the stream.
On the
So
And we
crazy.
all decided to be colors. Hi,
Yes.
I'm Sean Deppner, and I'm pink.
Hi, I'm M, and I'm blue. We're doing the bit. Please
I'm
continue.
Jen, and I'm red.
I'm Tim, and I'm yellow.
I should have put red on my hands, so then you could have caught me red-handed. Sorry.
Oh, very
Um,
good.
That would have been so good.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm in an invisibility cloak.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Len, and I'm white, but black and white, I guess.
Amazing. Happy 50th, everyone.
Happy 50th.
Oh.
Thanks for
Welcome.
sitting through some of the top clips that you folks had watched on our stream, whether on social media or here on the stream. I have a bucket of announcements tonight.
Oh my god.
Yes, not a literal bucket.
No,
but
she does have a literal bucket. I can see.
do.
that.
I do. My announcements are right here. But very quickly, we should. What's everyone's favorite? And I asked you this beforehand. What's
not
everyone's
think of that.
favorite on-stream moment
Oh,
that we've had? hmm And I know none of you prepared, so now
No.
I did prep you.
I
though.
He did
think-
tell us
I got
what the
it.
homework was,
I got
and we
it. I
still
got it.
didn't
I got it.
prepare.
None of you
I
did.
got it. I
think
immediately
I'm
got
gonna do
it.
a half answer.
I know mine.
Because I feel like that time where Adam and my house caught on fire, and we
Yes.
just had to stream from the street. I don't think it was particularly good D&D, but it was just terribly exciting that a
It's a funny
crisis
bit.
happened mid D&D game and we just
And
kept it going.
It was
Well, the
right
best-
after there was a fight, like a character caught on fire.
Epi
Yeah.
caught on
Yeah.
fire. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Crazy.
it's a good moment.
Who else?
Mine.
Mine.
You go
I
first,
also-
then.
Mine was just recent. It was Callie getting to meet her god with her wife, their shared
Mm.
god, and just that moment, or any moment that Tim works Taya into the story, it just makes me sob. Anytime someone's made me cry on the internet, it's
So
my
every,
favorite.
so every couple games for a couple of us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm easy to make cry.
Same. Jen, you go.
I had mine, and then Len reminded me that Tim also makes me cry on stream quite frequently. I've really been enjoying Yana's adventure through new magic, but I think my favorite stream moment was when Callie saved Yana in the Valsoon fight.
That was gonna be my second one.
That I got you haunts my heart in a very positive way.
Mm-hmm. Matt.
Oh my gosh, there are so many. But one that I will choose is when Letters dropped off Clack at Yana's house for
Yes.
Yeah.
a hangout, and
Anytime
then dipped.
he wingmans Clack.
Failed.
Absolutely.
Oh,
The last time
Yeah.
you wingman Clack almost died.
No, okay. Look, the wingmanning was solid. You
Yes.
went into the caves.
Yeah, that's
Like,
where you suggested we
pretty
should go.
sweet date spot.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute. We almost got
You went an
kidnapped.
hour into the cave. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun.
what? It's Clack. You know he talked about caves for an hour, and we just kept walking.
Tim, I'm gonna make
It's
you
called
go
a
last.
pretense.
Oh, I gotta go last. That
Yeah.
means mine has to mean the most.
Well, you're the DM, so suck it,
Alright.
pal.
Alright, fine.
My favorite moment, simply because it always makes me giggle when I think about it, was when Neppy and Kokanee went to visit Dresda, and both of the moments when they were outside his temple and he didn't have the keys, and then finding the priestesses at Tempo Philenis in rigorous prayer because Neppy'd been keeping them waiting for 4 hours.
So good.
My favorite. Tim, go.
Ooh, I think every cliff that I get to drop at the end of a session, every single cliff is my
Every
favorite because of
And-
your faces immediately afterwards.
And the
of like,
the years of our lives that you take off of us
Yeah,
every time you do that.
because I am a cliff lich, and that's what sustains me in my immortal life. So
Do you get more years added onto your life the more you take from
absolutely.
us?
Yeah, every cliffhanger that I give
exponentially increases my life span. So
Tim, how old are you now?
I'm the same age. I'm
Right,
still
right, right.
30,
You'll
but
just
I'm going
outlive
to
us all.
live forever at this point.
Yes.
Cool.
He
This is
also
why it's
feeds
so.
off
This
of
is
the
why it's
chat's
so
reaction as
important.
well.
We're able to stream,
Yes.
and thankfully we have a bunch of wonderful people who are helping us be able to stream.
Yes.
And would you like to talk a little bit about the people who let us do what we do?
I would after
Organic
we
segues with Sean
roll
Dettner.
that.
Oh fuck,
intro.
that's the order we do it. You think I know after 50 episodes?
Maybe the 100th, dude.
Get you next time. Yeah, roll that. Roll it.
I
Roll
hope
that
we're
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're stuck in quarantine and there's nothing on TV, come on down, come and see Blackwater D&D.
And I think we're back. Yeah,
probably.
we're back. This is why we always are nice to Cody, because he just does things like that and keeps the break up. Okay, I'm
Gosh,
going to
we love
start.
Cody.
Oh,
Can
we love
wait,
Cody
can
forever
we list
and
our
always.
favorite Cody moments and
Yes.
Yanis moments?
Yeah.
That'll take too long.
Too long.
We'll be here all
Anytime
day.
Yanis' calves, just his calves.
Anytime I get to talk to them ever, it's my favorite moment.
Yeah.
True.
Tim, I gotta say, Yanis and I live in the same neighborhood. And the other day, I was going out for a run, and who else was going for a run but our favorite running boy, Yanis. And I got to see Yanis mid-stride. And
Did
Yanis
it
is a
stop
man.
and go slow motion for a bit when you saw him? When you see like
He runs
Baywatch
so
running?
smoothly, it looks like he's running in slow motion.
Yes,
There's no wasted movement.
Yeah.
It's just his, and like it's all legs. And I know you're like running, like that's what it should be. But like, it's some people, their torso doesn't move and it's awkward. But with him, it's just like that is just a conservation of energy. And like we joke about his calves, like ha ha ha, they're sharp and they're amazing. But you haven't actually seen them in action, is what I'm telling you. And it's, if you could see a stained glass window come alive, that is what it's like watching Yanis run in very short shorts, which is apparently his go-to even in the winter.
What, 10,000 followers? We'll release a video.
Just a video of Yanis running.
I should
around
ask
the
Yanis
track.
first. I should probably.
No,
ask.
no, he'd be fine with that. I can probably.
Calves.
Only calves. Okay.
Gonna
so
hook
here
him up
we-
to a GoPro and just do a live 30-hour stream of him just
Of his
running
marathon?
for miles.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm jumping into the literal bucket of.
Get one of those drones that just follows him at calf level.
Oh my gosh. Also, first announcement. Yesterday was Len's birthday. Happy birthday,
birthday,
Len.
Len.
We love you so much.
Thank you.
A big thank you to our sponsors, Legendcraft, a nerdy woodworking company from Calgary, and Silverwing Armory, selling paper products for all your RPG gaming needs. Check them out, and if something tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. Legendcraft has a new Kickstarter right now that is running for the month of February. It's part of the Make 100 campaign, where they're making D2s, so like flip coins, that double as an 8-space tracker for whatever you need in your game. And you can type !Legendcraft to use the Blackwater exclusive link to head on over there and fund their amazing products, just like you did with the trackers, which, because it is our 50th episode, our dear friends at Legendcraft sent us over one extra tracker, and we're going to give it away tonight.
Oh,
No follower goals, no
I
nothing.
can't
We're
even
just going to
keep
give
track
it
of all these
away.
trackers we're giving away.
Giving it away.
It's a good
So
thing
stick
I have
around.
Yeah.
So stick around for the break. I will be giving the code word before the break, and then we will be doing the giveaway after the break, like most good D&D streams.
The code word is yop.
It's not. It's not going to be up. Love, as always, to our dice goddess, Keisha. Check her out at fairydragon_dice. Her commissions are likely open, so DM her for all your clickety-clackety needs. And our campaign artist is the incomparable Tiana Kovacevic. You can find her at @miss._Marston on Instagram. All of our art for this campaign and beyond is done by her because she's the best. And you should get art done by her too. She has very limited spots for commissions that she releases every month or so, or when she needs to. So go get in there before they close again. Our Discord is an amazing, lovely, wonderful place, and it has been open for a couple weeks now, and it's just a delight. Type !Discord to find the link and come hang out. But while we're streaming, come hang out in the Twitch chat because that's where all the cool kids are. Also, you asked for it or we pitched it a while back, and we are gonna do it. The Gravelies, our awards for our 1-year anniversary are going to be happening in March. So if you would like to take part in helping us pick the categories, what's going to be nominated, and also vote in the Gravelies, please join our Discord. Oh my gosh,
Hey,
Rogue.
It's all good.
we have to do the Gravelies, like characters have to present them like in character. Like
There will
fucking
be accepting
like Kokanee
and
Buckwild has to do like have his speech where he like presents
I love
best
it.
crit or something.
There
I'll
are
get a green
speaking.
suit. I'll get it.
I will dress all
I'll
in
get
blue,
a
which I
Yana
normally
suit.
do. I will wear horns. We have 20 categories for the Gravelies. The first 10 we have confirmed that were confirmed by the cast, and then the other 10 are going to be voted on by you folks. So head on over to our Discord under the channel called the Gravelies and put in your votes there for what categories we should have. I think there are 15 there, and we'll take the top 10. Next round, you're going to be choosing and nominating which moments of the streamed episodes should be the end. We'll pick the top 3, and then we're going to do voting. So this is going to take place over the next month, and it's all going to take place in our Discord. So if you want to get involved with that cast, can be involved too. Your votes count. So head on in there and start voting. A big thank you to all the folks who subscribe to us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions as they don't roll over every month. We also have a coffee. So if you'd like to support our show above and beyond a subscription, type !Donate in the chat to head on over. We're also just so thankful to have you here, showing up week after week and telling your friends about the show. You're wonderful, and we're really grateful, and thanks for being with us. Lore Club, do you want to get involved in chronicling our history from the campaign till now? Our amazing mod, the New Experience Network, has set up a community lore project. Type !Lore, and you'll find the link to the Google form to get in contact with him and join in on the fun. We are in the last couple days of having our charity stream up here on Twitch to watch. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, please go do. It's a very, very fun episode, and we raised over $2,200 Canadian for the Catherine White Holman Wellness Center, which was $1,500 above our goal. And once
No, our goal was 1,500. It was 700 more.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, words are hard. Thank you. Yes, $1,700 over our goal, which was 1,500. Thank you. Where am I? Yep. Okay. The VOD is only going to be available here on Twitch, and it will not be on YouTube. So check it out here, and then it's going to be gone. Emails were sent out this week to those of you who backed and wanted to receive a copy of the game. If you did donate but didn't receive a copy of the game for some reason, feel free to email us at BlackwaterDnD@gmail.com, and we will sort it out. Programming this week. Monday, we're back as always with Chatwater. We are joined again by Matt, who is our guest for the Elemental Chaos arc. We're excited to have him join us and keep rolling through the lore. We did very well last week with our 2 sessions, and we may just do 3 this time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So this
have to have a suit game if you.
yes, more suits. Maybe I'll wear a suit too.
Everybody
we'll
in
both
a
get
suit.
serious.
Very
Nice
serious.
business.
Very serious. So this week we'll be discussing our escape from Fawe Tavar and how we met Jar for the first time and where we met her. So we're really excited to come. So please come watch us Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the channel. Next Wednesday, Behind the Screen is back, our monthly DMing show where the lads of Blackwater chat all things GMing and running games. This month we are joined by Cody from Dungeon Master's Diary on Instagram and TikTok, who is a map maker and DM extraordinaire. So excited to have him come on out and hang out with us. And he'll be answering questions from the chat as well as our cast will as well. So come hang out. Cody will likely be map making. And if you don't know who he is, please go check out Dungeon Master's Diary on Instagram. He also does like a daily map drawing lesson on TikTok. So if you want to go learn how to draw D&D maps, go check him out. He is super awesome. So I'm really excited to have him on the show. And then, of course, we're back on Saturday for our main campaign. We also want to take a moment to acknowledge that this is Black History Month. We encourage folks to continually spend time educating themselves about anti-oppression work and advocacy and allyship for BIPOC communities, and really honor and invest in Black creators in all forms, whether that's in books, in media, or even D&D creators, because there are amazing Black D&D creators out there. We also have the coolest announcement coming very soon.
Not yet, though.
Not gonna.
So
I'm not
soon.
gonna.
So soon. So soon.
Flitch of announcements.
I have to take after Tim. I have to get some extra years, or he's going to outlive me forever. So I'm going to take my own cliff flitching. So it's going to be coming in. That announcement will be coming in about a week or so. So stay tuned. So lastly, whether if you're new tonight or you've been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. We love you immensely, and thank you so much for hanging out with us at our table for 50 sessions and helping us to grow into a community of over 1,100 people. Who come out and watch our show. So thank you so much. Now let's play some fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
Supposed to D&D.
Okay, so for those of you just joining us tonight, last week Blackwater continued to explore the Iron Lyceum. After a brush with another retriever, Kokanee managed to fend it off before it vanished. Rousing the rest of the sleeping party, they discovered 2 paths forward in the parlor. First, a fiery doorway through the fireplace, or a small tunnel-like portal behind the bookshelf. They decided to push ahead through the bookshelf, discovering the attic. There was a number of mysterious objects that once again led to only more questions and concern. In this room, they discovered 2 more paths forward, a hatch with a ladder, as well as a hidden doorway. They opted for the hidden doorway, leading them to another chamber, heavily guarded and imposing. Dispatching the construct guards, they pressed ahead, ignoring the locked cabinets in the room beyond. They discovered a long hallway whose floor became narrower as time passed, revealing a devastating grinder beneath the path. They raced across, only to be met with another puzzle, but some quick thinking opened the door into the next chamber on the other side. Some kind of workshop before them. So as you stand there...
Oh, yeah, with that thing.
That's right. So inside
also,
the workshop...
Tim, might I say, is that the first time you've dropped the name of Halora's place? The Iron Lyceum?
Yeah, that was new to me. I was
going to be like,
now.
I'm just writing that down. Lore Club.
So inside the workshop, it's about 20 by 20. It's not terribly large, but the walls are a series of interconnected moving gears. And there is what appears to be about a 10-foot long work table in the center. There's a large rack of various well-crafted tools on the far side, as well as on the right-hand side, a desk. And over the desk, kind of on that wall, there is a rack of what looks like kind of steel plating, similar to the retriever's carapaces, kind of hanging on the wall. Not constructed, but kind of various pieces. And on the desk, there appears to be some papers. You're not sure, and what looks like some more like metal. It's like you'd have to go over and see exactly what it is, but you can see some metal on that desk as well. And then, of course, in the center on this work table is what looks like a warforged woman. The face is a beautiful porcelain mask, and the steel is enameled with an oxidized copper color, so kind of like a greeny brown. And the armor itself is cut into fine strips that almost form like a robe-like quality around the body, and then come up into a hood that kind of surround the mask. And you can see even from here, from the profile, the mask looks to be a beautiful young woman with angular features. And you can see the eyes are open, and the one you can see appears to be kind of grayish. And yeah, so what would you like to do?
I would love to... Actually, probably we should take a look around the room first for traps.
Check for traps.
Guidance.
I will too.
Guidance, Tiana. Nobody touch the Warforged. For now. That's with guidance, Jen.
15.
15. Okay.
I
Can't
didn't
hear you,
catch that,
Jen.
Yen.
13. Rolled
13.
poorly.
Okay.
Poor, me too.
So yeah, you don't see any traps. You can see the Warforged is affixed to the table via the legs and hands. It looks like there's some kind of banding that is kind of like sitting flush with the table. You can see as
Just lore question.
Mhm.
What did Limerick say his lady was called?
Kindry.
Okay, cool. Continue, Tim.
You can see on as you kind of look at the metal on the desk, as you kind of come around, you can see that it also appears to be of Warforged design. It looks some of it looks a bit damaged. There's only a few pieces. It's not like a full body. There is kind of what looks like part of a shoulder that's kind of damaged in the chest, and what looks like maybe part of a leg, and a hand.
And these are extra Warforged pieces, or they looked like they were replaced? Like these were originally on her and then replaced?
They don't look like they were on her. They look like a different. They look much older. You can tell that the metal itself is quite, like, some of it is a little bit rusted, and quite tarnished and things like that. It looks quite a bit older. But you can also see on the desk there appears to be sitting on the desk. It looks to be almost like a schematic of a Warforged, kind of in great detail. And you can see that the desk has a few locked drawers. And the tools all look to be affixed to the racks as well as the carapaces.
Affixed how?
They also seem to have some kind of band. Like it doesn't, like they're not hanging on hooks. They seem to have like a band around them and are just affixed onto this kind of like flat, like sheet metal rack.
I'd love to walk towards the Warforged.
Okay. Yeah. You come up alongside the Warforged, and you can see there doesn't appear to be, most of the other Warforged that you've seen and met kind of have like there is sort of a natural light that emanates between like the cracks in the armor.
Mm-hmm.
This one does not seem to have that.
It is not currently alive, I don't think.
I don't think that this is the Warforged that Limerick saw. I think this is one she's created.
Tim, quick once over. Everything look brand new?
Looks pretty new, yeah.
Yeah. No old parts. It doesn't look like something's been...
Make an investigation check for me.
With guidance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
16.
You can see some of the parts in the chest look like like some of the, like you can't see much under the kind of top armor, but you get a glimpse into it a little bit, as it's like the nature of the armor is not kind of like all plate. It's sort of like interwoven to like maximize mobility. And you do see that like some of the inner workings look like they may be a bit older, repurposed.
It's new on the outside at least, but it does not look like... It looks like something might have been pulled apart to make this.
Tim, can I go over to the old pieces of Warforged?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for insignia of the Silver Wolves, to see if this is the Warforged that was with that party.
Okay. Yeah, you don't even need to make an investigation check. You can see clearly on the shoulder. You can see the insignia of the Winter Wolves, and you can also see in the chest, kind of half of a cog where it's clearly been damaged near the chest. but you can see kind of the remnants of like just the edges of a cog.
It looks like they took him apart. Scrapped him. I don't like this.
Me neither.
Can I glean anything about the nature of this individual from the detailed schematics on the table?
Sure. Make a straight intelligence check for me.
Oh, we love that.
Can you guide those?
Yeah, it's an ability check.
With guidance.
Sure.
Oh, hey Tim, you like a natty 20? You like a natty 20 for a 26 intelligence?
So
plus a D4?
Oh yeah. That's how I got to 26 instead of
amazing.
24.
Great.
You can tell by the nature of the schematic, and having now have met some Warforged, and you have kind of a base knowledge of how they work, and having talked to Kokanee and things like that, you can see that in the schematic that she has, she is like there are kind of layers to it. You can see where there's sort of the base layer of the simple design of like the basic design of a Warforged, the sort of like skeletal structure, and how that comes together, as well as the sort of like outer layer that is like where you have like there is some design elements involved as far as like making it look like it's wearing a robe and things like that. But you also notice the thing that really stands out to you is that that Warforged are generally powered by shards of Arathis in the center. And you can see that like there is quite a bit of detail around the center of this schematic. And alongside what appears to be a shard of a drawing of a shard of Arathis, there also seems to be a secondary gemstone embedded in the airlight. And kind of by reading it, because of your natural 20, you won't have to make an Arcana check as well. Knowing also some of like Yana's magic and spells that she has access to, you can see that this may be a vessel for Halora, essentially a new body.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
I relay that.
Yikes.
A new body.
Oh,
Meaning?
that she's dying.
I mean, we're all dying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I mean, to pull someone else apart to build yourself a new body.
An everlasting body.
Evil, or she's desperate, or both.
And how would she take her soul from her body?
Well, I have a way.
Right.
I don't
Wouldn't
know if
she-
that would be the most efficient.
Wouldn't she need help?
It depends on the spell. Maybe she has something like my spell.
Right.
I mean, a person such as Halora could probably create her own help.
That's true.
Just as skilled as herself.
Does
No, you go ahead, Nep.
Does the shard of that she's looking to put in this body, does it look like the shard that we just destroyed in that room?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay.
My thought is this. This seems like a big old bargaining chip. If we can take it from the table, and I'm sure there's all manner of bad, and we could put one of us in it and just do a wild left turn. Because if she's like, I'm going to make this of me, it's probably better than what it... Sorry, let me scrap that. My original idea is if we can take this body, technically it's a thing, we can put it in the bag, and then either Halora's going to have to talk to us or she's going to release all hell on us to get it back. But then we do have this, and we can like threaten it. We're like, oh, we'll put it in lava.
What if we wake it up?
My understanding is that it is without any variety of a soul at the moment. Letters, when you were reading the notes, does it say specifically like a soul can go here, or is it like Halora's scribbling of like, I'ma put me in here?
Well, from what I can gather, Tim.
Yeah, what you can gather, it seems to be specifically like there are like you're not sure if that shard is in there or not, but it seems like the shard that is on the schematic is sort of has a unique element to Halora. So it would be for her. That being said, you're not sure if that shard is in there or not.
Right.
Could I have a look at the schematics for a second?
Yeah.
Does it look how complicated does it look like to if I was going to try to remove the chess piece and have a look at what's behind it to see if it's in there or not?
Make a tinkering check for me.
Yeah.
With guidance.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What modifier do you want for that, Tim?
Your intelligence, I would say.
Great.
Yeah.
Does Argod's tinkering tools give me advantage on stuff like this, or just tinker?
Yeah,
like
it would.
Okay.
It would. Yeah.
All right, sorry, is it advantage or expertise?
It gives you, because you have the tools. It's I think it's proficiency, but I think it gives you advantage on tinkering checks.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'll find it after this. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm pretty
roll one
sure
more
it's
time.
advantage.
Okay. 18, and I'll look it up.
You look over it as you kind of puzzle over it. It looks like it would be difficult. You know, like even from your experience with other Warforged, not having taken any apart, but you know that they're not like simple machines where it's like easy to kind of look under the hood. It's a lot more delicate, almost like a surgery would be. So it's possible, and because the thing is at the moment not alive, as far as you're aware, it would be easier, but it still would be tricky.
So my thoughts looking at this are that it's unlikely that we're going to be able to see whether or not that crystal is inside of them. And that leaves us, and also that, as you guys said, it seems like only Halora is able to inhabit it. So we could break it, but it is also one of the most beautiful pieces of work that I've ever seen. And I would loathe to do as such.
I think we follow your lead on this, darling.
Let's take, not break. Because if we don't want Halora to have it, then we can have it and not break it. Because we don't know Halora's intentions. Halora's a big old... We're not sure what's what with her. But if we can break the bonds, put it in the bag.
And if Yana is right, that she needs this for some reason, she's either, in her words, your words, Yana, evil or desperate or both, then if we are to aim for diplomacy, a bargaining chip is not a bad option.
So Halora either knows that we're here or doesn't. If she knows that we're here, it seems unusual that she would allow us to come here. If she was going to confront us in some way or mislead us in some way, this seems like something she wouldn't want us to get to.
Perhaps there's some hubris.
It's also possible, It could be hubris. It's also possible she doesn't know that we're here
Yet.
which seems
Yeah.
unlikely.
I mean, everything we have hit has been automatically triggered.
Exactly. And so the other option is if you imagine that you didn't know people were in your house, and the first thing we did was steal her most prized possession and say you have to negotiate with us. I have no idea whether or not she would be amiable otherwise, but she certainly would not be after that.
Can we plant a bomb? So, like, we haven't taken it, but if things go bad, we're like, we're gonna push blow up your body.
Can we block?
I don't know that I want to desecrate these remains more than they've already been desecrated.
Desecrate for a penny, desecrate for a pound. I mean,
That is Torrens' companyman.
well,
Create part of this. That body once had life. Letters.
Yeah, but I mean, I eat grass that used to be a person. Like, that's the circle of life. Things get busted and they get made into something else. My point is, for the purposes of us being with, potentially the most powerful mage we've ever dealt with, including Valsoom, who was a fucking eternal lich, having the one thing that we know she wants and being able to threaten it seems like worth potentially desecrating an already desecrated parts.
Perhaps it's a matter of... I'm sorry, darling, I didn't mean to cut you off, but perhaps it's a matter of aggressive diplomacy, which in my mind would be taking the Warforged and, putting that on the table as a bargaining chip, or not, or saying we'll destroy it if you don't do whatever we want. Or if I don't know if this is an option, but we come to it with curiosity. At the end of the day, we want our friend. We want Limerick. We want Limerick. What she's doing here is wrong. There are relics in that attic that we were just in that are not hers, that need to go back to their people, yes. But at the end of the day, we are here for Limerick.
I think when we come across Halora, we're going to come across a lot worse things than we already have. Limerick is here because this is the only place he's ever known other than where we found him. Because she experimented on him his whole life. And we know there's at least one other because he came back to get her.
Tim,
you go ahead, Matt.
Well, I'm just gonna look over the schematics. I'm curious. Are there any features that are outlined in these schematics that are different from a traditional Warforged?
Yeah, you can see that like there seems to be a focus on like kind of there's arcane markings kind of around the arms and hands and part of the armor, whereas a lot of Warforged have kind of internal weaponry and things like that. This seems to have more of a focus on the arcane and harnessing that.
Does it look like it's made to be able to shapeshift? Does the mask move, or is it a solid piece? Questions like that.
The mask is not on the schematics.
What is there?
It's just kind of there's some internal working mechanisms behind kind of like part of the skeletal part, but the mask itself is not there.
Look at the mask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You go up, and it looks to be like a fine porcelain, and it does appear almost lifelike. It's eerie a little bit, almost like you'd probably be familiar with this. Nepenthe, you certainly would, but it almost looks like the death mask.
Oh. She's... Yana, I think to build off your I think, I don't know, perhaps I've seen so many come to feel illness in states of hours, moments, some weeks before their death. Those who have time to come to terms with death, they often try and plan for it. This, to me, looks like one of the most exquisite funeral rites. A transition. She is wanting some facsimile of herself in her new life, because it will be so dissimilar to that of a mortal body. I think you're right, Tiana. Perhaps that is me throwing my cards down early, but perhaps this is how she used to look when she was young. Perhaps she is older now. Lichdom. Without the necromancy.
Why do we keep coming across liches?
There are more than one ways to live indefinitely as a result of magic. We don't know that she's a lich. This
No, I meant more the sense of life eternal.
Yeah, that's this I like. From a design place, I like this. But I guess the question is, because I feel like from my perspective, the major benefit of leaving this room untouched is that we are likely to not trigger any of the magical badness. Because I feel like if we touch those bonds, which we'd have to mess with what she's got going there, something bad would happen. Leaving this room, not touching anything, means we don't lose anything. We had to fight those balls outside, but if we leave right now, we don't gain anything, but we don't lose anything else. That is a positive, but
I would say also we if Halora is not hostile to us, it is the path that would keep her not hostile to us.
Mm-hmm.
Which is unlikely. It's likely that she is already not a fan of our presence, but just to add it to the pros and cons list, that's the other pro. That if we take this body, we guarantee that we are threatening her in a very direct way.
Yeah. No chance of us unlocking those.
Mish!
Unlocking those did not bring knock today. Good work, letters.
Well, we've yet to investigate the desk. If what I understand is correct, we don't even know if there's a way out of this room. At that point, the portal that we just came through closed behind us.
Yeah.
As you look back over the door, there is a clock on the other side of the door.
I set it to noon.
Face.
Wait, no. I read it to see if there's a clue. Sorry. That one I will walk back.
Yeah, nothing happens when you set it to noon.
Thank God.
But before you did that, you saw that there is an inscription. And the large hand was already the time was actually already set to noon.
Great.
And you see there is an inscription underneath, and it says, "One with the large, once round the small, twice round the large, three sit the large," and then there's a blank, and then sit the small.
Well, I'm glad for some reason I feel more refreshed with this riddle.
So it says, "One with the large,
okay,
once round the small, twice round the large, three sit the large, blank sit the small."
Give me that one more time, Tim.
No.
One more time. I think I cracked
I'll type it out in the Zoom chat.
No, I wanted to say it. It's useful to me.
All I can think of is that one meme.
So
and that's all my brain is coming up
We're
with.
just talking about high school locker codes at this point.
Small.
One with the large.
Uh-huh.
Once round the small. Twice round the large. 3 sit the large. Blank sit the small.
Do we
There,
have
it's
to
in the
fill in the
same
blank?
channel.
Is that 3 o'clock?
Oh, sorry. I put 4 in, but that's not what it is. It's blank, sit the small at the end. That was just me in my head thinking it's 4.
Once from the large, once from the small, twice from the large.
3 sit the
Three sit the
small, blank
It's
sit
not-
the
3 sit the large.
Three
Sorry,
sit the
sorry.
large, blank,
Three
blank sit the
Yeah, I'll
small.
copy it in.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. I just automatically wrote 4 because
Do we have to fill in the blank? What is this for? Sorry, what is this riddle for?
this
a
is
clock.
to get out of the room.
Oh, good.
Is
Oh,
the
with a
desk
clock?
still locked?
We haven't done anything to the desk yet.
The other thing you notice, I've written it out in the chat as words, but the numbers are numbers, not the written word. So it's when it says even the once, it's the number 1 and then an apostrophe and like CE.
Oh,
Once.
like this?
Boy.
Man, I'm so glad Callie's intelligence is only +1. I don't feel so bad.
1. Perhaps some of us look at the desk and some
Yeah,
of us...
let me take a look at that desk.
I'll
love
look
to
at the
build that
desk.
I'll keep working on the door.
Best luck,
Tim.
Nebby.
I'll work on the door too.
Thanks, Clack.
Oh,
That's for Clack.
Clack's old as dirt. Clax knows some shit. He's gonna be good at these puzzles. And Emma is gonna sit and fucking wreck her brain about it.
all I can think about is the meme.
14.
14 for the desk. What was yours, Lighters?
Guidance.
Investigate. Oh. Ooh. So, Tim, let me tell you, I rolled the dice. It landed on 14, but then I bumped my leg and it rolled to 20. So I
Roll
mean,
it
I
again.
think
Roll it again.
okay, we'll
I
just
think you're
start over. We'll just
And
start over.
Tim, is twice, is it 2 apostrophe CE?
That's going to be a 30, Tim,
30.
with investigation on all that.
My. Notice a few things. You notice as you're looking at it, there does not appear to be any magical glyphs or anything as you're investigating it. But the locks do look like a little bit more than your standard lock. They look relatively intricate.
I need a clock.
But you also notice one thing about the bottom drawer. And it's a little bit of a larger drawer, but the lock looks the same as the other locks. But you notice that it's upside down. And it seems like that drawer might be upside down.
Keyhole like that. Keyhole like that.
Yeah.
Upside down drawer.
What happens if we open the drawer? Maybe it's not locked because it's upside down. And they
Give a
put it back
little tug.
wrong.
Mish.
It is in fact locked.
Darn.
Can I pick up the desk? Is it nailed
it's
down?
pretty like it's affixed to the ground.
Take the
Oh.
desk.
It feels like you
Does-
maybe could, like if you want to make a strength check.
I mean, I'd probably call Callie over, but
I'll make a strength check.
so you can flip this thing upside down. I don't think that's how Halora does it, because it is nailed to the ground in some capacity, right, Tim? Or is it just a very heavy desk?
Make a strength check. You don't see any nails, but when you go to pull on it, there is it does not feel like it could be lifted up. But
Before we do this was just an idea I had. Does anyone have a better idea before I literally flip this shit?
I can try to open it.
I'm gonna stand near the person doing the stressful thing. Also,
are you
on
trying
this,
to lift it up?
whatever the
Kokanee, do you want to lift it up first and then try to open
Okay.
it? Because I feel like that's part of it. Or do you just want to do the thing?
Hold on. Why do you want to lift it up?
Because it's an upside down box.
upside
So
down
you're
bar.
thinking
Yes.
that flipping it over it'll open correctly.
I think it may require some gravity manipulation. I'm all tapped out of gravity manipulation, but I can manipulate the gravity relative to this desk by flipping it. Yes.
What if it's
Kokanee.
Flip that does.
what if it's full of like those floaty balloons that they have at like fairs and carnivals. And so she's got it flipped upside down, so because otherwise when you opened it, they'd all just like fly away, and you have to spend like 15 minutes gathering them off the roof.
The ceiling's not that tall.
Is the ceiling not that tall?
About 20 feet high.
Tim, I have a question about the
Ooh,
riddle.
that would be an issue. Yeah.
See?
The riddles to open the door
Maybe.
or we
Not
assume
sure. It's just underneath the clock.
There's a clock. What is the clock set to currently?
Noon. Both hands.
Noon.
Yeah.
Both
Same as
hands
the
are at
outside.
noon. Same as the outside.
I say we flip the desk.
Sure.
In lieu of a better idea.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
Guidance.
Oh God, I hate that
I'll
face.
make a strength
Callie.
check. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
we'll do
both
it
make
together.
strength checks.
Love this. Athletics or just straight strength, Tim?
Straight strength.
Straight strength.
Okay,
Can I roll?
16.
Tim, I have a question. Can I
Nope.
roll by strength?
16. Yes, 16.
Always. You can always roll by strength.
Thank you so much. That's only going to be an 18 because I'm rolling at disadvantage right now.
You both lift. You get it a little bit off the ground, and then you realize like it's magnetically affixed to the ground as it plummets back down. But you do hear something as you do that. You hear some rattling a little bit in one of the other drawers, but you hear quite a bit of shifting in that bottom drawer. It sounds almost like marbles.
Marbles.
You can hear it
So
kind
they're-
of like rolling around.
Do we hear it at the top of the drawer or the bottom of the drawer, Tim?
You hear it on at the bottom of that drawer. So it would be at the bottom of the desk.
So if we open this drawer, which is upside down, presumably the bottom of the drawer opens and just
marbles?
so many marbles come out, which
That's what it sounds
could
like.
be explosives.
You just hear
It
angry, or you hear Neppy speak over her shoulder, angry death marbles, and then she goes back to
It could be angry death marbles, which
This is
cycles
like
back to the planting the bomb idea.
this is like that play letters you and I watched that one time. Was it like Home Alone?
Shut up.
Oh, I was thinking that play we watched called The Rock with those other angry death marbles, but go on.
Why don't we try to open the other drawers first?
Okay, I am going to put some receptacle under the drawer, so in case things come out, it goes into...
It's pretty close to the floor, so there's not like, unless you had like a maybe a plate, you could maybe grab one of your plates.
Yeah, I'll
plates
put
in
a
the
plate.
bag.
I'll put one of our camp plates under it. If I could create a hole.
Tim, before they blow up the room with whatever they're trying to do, can I? Is there any way that I can use any form of Neppy's intelligence? Emma's failing right now, but I know Neppy's decently smart.
Roll an intelligence. Yeah, roll an intelligence check.
Okay, I'm gonna guide myself on that one. Goddess says, "Help."
Can I help her?
I thought I had a clock, but I don't have a clock.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No clock.
With advantage?
Would I be rolling at myself or advantage?
It's
like
up to you. You can roll your own, or you can give her advantage.
You're smarter than me, Yana.
Well, I'm picturing it story wise. I would go over and be like, okay, what you got? What do
I'd
you think
relay.
so far?
Well, my sense is that when it says one with a large, the numbers are important. If it was just rotations, she would use the word once, twice, but she has very clearly used the numbers. I can't tell if it's a combination or if the round means rotating and the apostrophe with the common is not my first language. So it's the CE, whether that is clockwise or counterclockwise. So that's what I've got. But
have we tried just doing what the inscription says?
I haven't touched it yet. I was trying to work it out in my head first.
Okay, let me think about it, and then I will roll intelligence.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to give you advantage with guidance then, since I've relayed to you what I have sussed out.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Yana's a smarter cookie than Neppy is.
You said with guidance?
I did.
Okay. That's not bad. That's 18.
18. Okay. Something about the sequence of numbers is sticking in your head. The fact that it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, but 1, 1, 2, 3. There's something about that strikes you. And as someone who has spent both time in nature as well as study and around magic, something about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
We all get
Tricky,
it now.
tricky.
I get it.
But somebody say what they're thinking, just so we know we're on the same page.
I get
Fibonacci
it.
sequence?
Have you heard of the wizard Fibonacci?
It's a Fibonacci sequence.
No, I'm not from here. Common's not my first language.
Oh, he was definitely not. Common wasn't his first language either. But yes, that makes absolute sense, Yana. This is of his writings. So that would be. No, I can't remember. Fucking Fibonacci sequence is 1, 1, 5.
Kokanee doesn't know. Matt knows it's 5.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So perhaps
Callie and Lennon don't know.
So do we move? Do we just simply move? Should we just move the small to 5?
Where does?
Well, the one sits at the large.
One with
sits
the
at
large.
One with the large. 3 sit the large. 3 sit.
So it's at 3:25 o'clock.
We'll leave that, but we don't know if this is going to shunt us out of this room or not.
Yeah. Also,
but
just want to draw a parallel. Big clock outside, clock iconography in here.
Clockwork.
Clockwork. Arathis, Paylor. Just keeping track of the iconography. That's important with gods and stuff. Clocks.
And
Time.
This place seems to have a lot of god stuff.
Yeah. She's really working the arcane and the divine.
But it is more mixed here. It is not. It's like we were in the tomb of the Raven Queen when it was just one room was dedicated to one god or goddess. This is now a smattering of the pantheon.
Yeah, it's real divine jazz.
I think it makes sense because that's what Laura does. She takes things from other places.
She does.
And in the case of this Warforged, warps them.
I want to see these marbles.
Here's
Do
a
your
plate,
thing,
let us-
Kokanee.
Thanks.
Kataing.
Do you want to put something?
Guidance to whoever's doing anything.
I put a dinner plate under it. We're good to go.
So there's a few drawers. So there is a larger kind of flat drawer at the top, kind of just underneath the main part of the desk. And then there is a smaller drawer to the right of that, and then the larger drawer at the bottom that's upside down. So there's 3.
Tim, before we do this, let me just do a knock and rock. I want to listen to the Christmas present as we go. I want to, whatever I can jiggle, I want to jiggle each of those drawers individually and just see what I can gather.
Can you make a perception check?
Oh no,
There's
I
not
walked
much
right into
jiggle
that
room.
We're just doing Christmas presents at this point.
Can I make a perception check while he does this? Because I'm sitting here.
You kind of got to be right up there because there's not a lot of room.
Can I put my head right up there?
Yeah, with his 7, there isn't enough room for it to really jiggle. You don't really hear anything.
Not with my fucking horns in the way. Callie, I'm listening. Callie.
So
okay, go nuts, Kokanee.
How big is the plate that you've got underneath this thing?
Dinner plate?
Is that
you can fit a lot of spaghetti on it?
Is this one of those things where if I opened it, some of them would end up on the plate and all the other ones would just go everywhere?
100%, yeah.
Great. Does anyone have a cloak?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want a prayer shot?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
One of the millions of them that Neppy keeps in her bag.
I'm gonna tie one corner of each to the legs of each side of the desk.
Okay.
So that it's tight, sort of under the desk.
Okay.
And then just say, can you guys hold it sort of tight out? So there's basically a tarp.
Okay. I'll take the plate. I'll take the plate away.
Probably a good idea.
Perhaps put the plate underneath.
No. I think the plate was a necessary stepping stone to get to the tarp.
The plate was an outstanding idea.
Yeah.
It's one of our good plates, so I don't want it to get ruined.
Thank you, Clegg. Yes, that's
Okay.
probably a good idea.
So now, like, if they fall out, they're just going to sort of roll like soccer ball in a parachute style into the middle of this tarp.
I loved that game as a kid.
And I will try to sort of reach around and pick the lock, casting guidance on myself first.
Are you
if possible.
picking the upside down one first? Or are you starting with the other ones?
Start at the top.
Okay, we'll start at the top.
Start at the normal things. Work your way to the weird things.
Letters, have you checked to make sure these aren't like magic and are not going to like, unexist my hands or something? No?
Not magically. I checked for regular traps. Didn't see any glyphs, but.
Let me see what I got.
Thank you so much. Just for like,
Oddly enough, my lower level spell slots are looking pretty tapped. But I will ritual of detect magic.
Okay. You detect some magic inside the desk. You're not exactly sure. It doesn't look like it's part of the desk. But certainly inside. You detect some divine magic. As well as what looks like transmutation.
Okay, so there's godly stuff in godly marbles, maybe. There's godly stuff in there for sure, and maybe they're not really marbles because it's transmutation.
But the locks aren't magical.
Matt,
and there's no chronomancy, right?
As far as you can tell.
Okay.
Tim, this is in a. This is in a 10-foot radius, the detect magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything unexpectedly magic in the other parts of the room?
Like the mask?
The carapaces on the wall seem to have some kind of magic similar to the...
anti-magnetism?
Yeah, similar to that. The ones that you can see anyways. And you're not... the Warforged at the moment does not appear to have any magic.
Are the bonds holding her to the table magic?
They're not magic, no.
What about the mask? Oh, they're magnetic then.
Mm-hmm.
The mask, nothing magic?
As you move over to the mask, it does appear to have some kind of also similar transmutation. You're not exactly sure what it is, though.
Huh. Is this room magnetic?
No, it is not.
Cool.
There are magnetic things in the room, but
like my armor.
Yeah, you don't sense a magnetic field.
Then I would love to try to pick the first lock.
Okay. Make
the long flat one up top, right?
Yeah.
Did you guide yourself?
I did guide myself.
You can have resistance then.
Thank you so much. That's gonna be so nice.
I'm gonna stand right by you, so you have my save bonus.
Stand by you.
That's what Callie just sings.
We need a musical episode.
Dirty 20.
When Adam comes back.
Dirty 20. Okay. So the top one, it takes you a while. It is an extremely complex lock, and you are not able to open it.
Teddies.
You can hear, like, as you're trying to pick it, you can hear, like, gears moving inside.
Oh.
These are very beautiful complex locks. They might be a touch above my pay grade. I can try something else, but I don't have much better than this. At some point, we for sure are gonna have to get me back and actually have me learn how to use these fully properly.
I mean, I did say I would pay a thief to teach you.
Just been busy.
Just been busy. Do you want to try the other ones? Or do you want to leave it?
What's the desk made of, Tim?
It appears to be metallic as well.
Okay.
I mean,
Are there any hinges we can just unscrew with a couple of tinker's tools?
Is there an instruction
no
manual?
hinges on a drawer.
Is there
any screws? Anything too?
Is there a IKEA leaflet taped to the bottom?
And an
that
Allen
won't
key.
help us. I'm not even Yana's that intelligent.
That's what we need. A magical Allen key. That should be you can just take apart any lock.
Try the other two, Coconut. I mean, why not?
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually gonna cast enhance ability on myself for dexterity.
All right.
If I could get some guidance, please.
Always guidance.
Thank you so much.
I can only assume he's going to take a while to crack the other one, so I'm just going to start ritual casting our brain talking thing, because that might come in handy later today.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
23.
23. Okay.
Well
so the
done.
second one takes you a while, but you manage to just get it after about what seems like 10 minutes of like constantly like having to. It's as if the lock is changing as you're picking it.
I don't like that.
And like you just are able to stay ahead of it this time now, having a little bit of experience with the first one. And you hear kind of a click, and the drawer opens slightly. What would you like to do?
Guys,
Check
she
for
is so
traps.
good at tinkering.
It's open
She wasn't-
slightly. I'd like to check it for traps.
Okay, make an investigation check.
If she didn't keep our friend captive for years, I would say that she would probably make a wonderful teacher.
You're not wrong.
17.
Okay. Doesn't appear to be trapped.
I hate it when you say it doesn't appear. To be
Ellie, are you within 10 feet of me?
always.
Great, I pulled the drawer open.
Okay. You open the drawer, and there are what looks like 2 scrolls in this drawer. You can see
How to get a
they are
wizard's
both kind of
attention.
rolled up.
Watch both of you just go, mm.
These scrolls, you say.
Yeah.
Would this
look.
is I'll take a step back. This is you guys.
I got another 4 minutes of casting before I can do anything relative to the narrative.
Yeah, and then take a peek.
All right. The magic I detected, is it on the scrolls? Would my detect
On
magic still
one
be
of
up?
them. Yeah, your transmutation, the transmutation magic is on one
Okay.
of them. The other one does not appear to be magical.
I'm going to pick up the non-magical one first.
Okay. You unroll the non-magical one, and it appears to be it also appears to be a schematic, but this is a bit different. The schematic that you can see looks very complex. Another spherical device, small, and again has a shard of aerolite in the center. And you can see that there are like runes that kind of cover the bands, that like there are then notes in what looks like high tongue kind of alongside of it.
Callie,
Yeah, I can
what
read
does
that.
this say?
What does it say?
You can see next to it, it says Caraxian design, derivative of Illyrian amplifier.
I read that out.
Is the handwriting between the schematic that we saw of the Warforged, what we're assuming is Halora's shell, is the handwriting the same in High Tongue?
Yep.
She speaks High Tongue.
How long has she been here?
I
How
mean,
does she speak High Tongue?
we Limerick said that she had a warforged, that she was awake
Right.
at
That was new.
one point. Yeah, I don't know if he said that he said that it was new.
He said that that it was off for a long time, but I talked about him with timing wise, and it was when we liberated Caradoc or liberated Arethis.
Yes. But it
turned on.
likely probably spoke High Tongue.
Goddess
In your
gracious.
minds, you're here. Well, if she knows all this Arathis stuff, maybe she's just like was around when Arathis was around.
It is also possible.
That's not outside the realm of. This also might not be the first one of these she's made. This could just be like new body V2.1 or whatever.
True.
I think the answer that we're looking for is going to be in that third upside down crate after I look at this scroll.
Yeah, so you open the scroll, and
What is it?
it is a spell,
Ooh.
and spell is called Mass Repair Metal.
Oh.
Oh.
And you realize too by the writing of it that it is something Kokanee could learn.
Ooh.
Oh.
Is it?
What level is it?
It's a 5th level spell.
Is it a cleric spell?
It is, but not just cleric. It can be learned.
Can wizards learn it too?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, we can all have metal mending.
Wow.
You guys can open up a little shop.
Mass repair metal.
We lay out all the bad metal on the floor, and then we repair it all at once, and we go to lunch.
No, that's metal restoration. That's different.
Oh. I don't know.
And it seems to be like you can tell by the writing of it. It like
you sent it.
Seems to be from like part of it is in High Tongue. It seems to be of the Caraxian era.
Wow. Yuck.
Clockwork.
Can I put it in the Twitch chat so they can see what we're all fawning over?
Absolutely.
There we go. Cool.
Rad.
So she is blending elements of the arcane. I mean, obviously, but she's blending elements of the arcane and the divine. I just want to talk to her. Oh God, I don't want to fight her.
Maybe there's some sending stones in this drawer.
There must be purpose to all this. There's got to be a reason. Someone does not go to all this effort for nothing.
That'll be a good one.
And
well,
Yana, you mentioned that the mask. Did you talk about the mask having the transmutation property?
Yeah. Well, I would have said it when I walked around the room, and it went off.
Perhaps it almost. Maybe it's. The thing with death masks is they are meant to symbolize your personage. Perhaps when she steps into this form, if it almost changes to be an actual facsimile of her face.
Well, it needs to
She
move.
wishes, yes, to talk.
Yeah, that's transmutation.
A perfect body that is more powerful, more hearty, with her soul encased in it, with a perfect vision of her face.
Talk about unrealistic beauty standards. Getting crazy these days.
I don't think she's gonna be a person we like.
What did you say, Kelly? Sorry.
I don't think she's gonna be a person we like. I don't know. I don't want to talk to her. The idea of keeping someone their whole lives and to just experiment on them.
I know. And I agree. What she's doing is wrong. There is no part of me that agrees with that.
I know.
Perhaps it is just my inner curiosity. Why? Why all this? Why the divine? Perhaps it is the question of even why not?
Power.
The only way we're going to find out is in this drawer.
I hope I roll high.
All the secrets are in marble form.
Guidance.
Do you need to be upside down to crack this bad boy? Because I'll just like hold you by the legs.
Tim, is it harder for me to crack a lock that's upside down?
I mean, are you on the ground? Like, are you up in there? How are you doing it?
I'll sort of, because of the fact that we have the sort of blanket rolled out, holding sort of as a trampoline off the ground. I think I'm sort of beside it, leaning around already, basically.
Equally, yep. But yeah, what did you roll?
I haven't rolled yet. Okay.
I cast guidance on you.
Yeah, and I still have enhanced ability, so we will roll twice. The first one is a 15.
Pretty good.
Just pretty good, and the second is an 8. So we'll take the 15 plus 3 plus 4. That'll be 22.
Pretty cool, Tim.
22, you said?
Exactly 22.
Yeah, as you're doing it, doesn't take you very long at all. This one
Oh.
pops open
No.
as it kind of springs open a ways. You see just hundreds of silver ball bearings spill out, some onto the ground, some onto the onto the cloak. As you see, they kind of like spread out across.
No.
He got the codex out.
This is that tiny thing. This is that tiny thing that the schematic was talking about. The tiny ball.
We're rolling
with a little bit of
initiative.
aerolite in it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
sense transmutation and what else?
Divine magic. Yeah. Tiny death marbles. I told you.
Right.
I mean, we knew it was
I
tiny
also
death
need
marbles.
everyone to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Are we all within 10 feet of
come
Callie?
on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
the
almost
first
failed a
one's good.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay,
I almost
okay,
knocked
okay,
my
okay.
dice tray on the
Oh.
ground.
Same roll both times.
Hey,
Do you want dex rolls first, or do you want
We'll do. We'll do dexterity saves first because that may affect your. Actually. No, we can do initiative first if you'd like.
Oh.
I rolled the same for both.
Nice.
Oh,
So 25 to 20.
20.
22.
Okay.
Or 322s.
So who goes first then?
Letters, then me, then Yana. I
Oh
believe.
no, I got 20.
Oh,
Okay.
me, then Yana, then letters, I guess.
And letters. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
14?
14. Oh.
Oh.
Callie will go first, I think.
Callie.
Unless your dex is... What's your dex?
What is my dex? +1. It's a 13.
Oh, mine is also +1. I got
Roll a d20, both of you then.
Oh, I got... Yeah, okay, we'll roll a d20. Yeah.
If it's a tie.
Callie's going to go first.
Okay.
I got a natural 20.
I got a natural 1, so...
Nice.
Oh boy.
Okay, so now our dexterity saving throws.
21.
Also 21.
20.
How do we
Oh wait,
feel
no,
about
mine's a 25 with Callie. I forgot.
18, you said?
18, yeah.
How do we feel about 9?
9 is a failure. So Kokanee will take full damage. Everyone will take a half damage.
Oh,
Bearings
titties.
hit the ground and they like scatter out. You each take.
Damn, I didn't sign up for that.
I think you did.
You didn't stop us.
Yeah. Yeah. We're right.
We're taking less damage because we set up that shawl, right, Tim?
No.
We thought ahead. Would a plate have been better, Tim?
No.
Say yes to make him feel
All right,
better.
so you, Kokanee, you take 41 points of damage.
Oh,
What type of damage is it, Tim?
Okay.
Bludgeoning damage. And everyone else takes 20.
barf.
As that's
41
your
points
turn.
of bludgeoning damage.
Kokanee, you are knocked prone.
What?
Good.
Yeah.
What the
Everyone
fuck are
else
these
is kind
things?
of like
This
flamed
is
by
like
these.
that play. Ow.
And this creature is going first because I rolled very well for it. So you watch as the balls all come back together.
No.
They kind of coalesce next to Kokanee on the ground.
No.
I gotta go.
In this sort of humanoid-like shape. And it is going to
ball golem?
slam you on the ground.
Oh
Kokanee.
gosh.
And it has advantage because you are prone.
Yeah, no, knock yourself out.
So
On and slam, and welcome
is
to the
a,
jam.
20 to hit.
The answer depends. Would I, because this is like immediately happened after I picked a lock, am I holding none of my weapons?
Yeah, yeah.
Then-
you
then-
wouldn't have them in your hands.
Does lockpicking tools count as a melee weapon?
No.
Then I am unable to parry
Sure.
this, and
Dang.
I take that hit.
All right,
Shit.
and the second one is a 21. So both
I
will hit.
also won't parry that.
Oh, no.
So
Arts.
first one.
I'm gonna get you a spell scroll of shield for your birthday, Kobe Buckwell.
So that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage for the first one,
Uh-huh.
and 12 points of bludgeoning damage for the second one.
Love it. Great.
Okay. All right. It is now Kokanee's turn.
I will, I guess, get my sword out, and then take some attacks on this thing and stand up. I'll
I
stand
was
up.
gonna you gonna stand up? Hell.
I'll stand.
Do you have your sword with you, or is it in the bag?
No,
Uh,
he brought them out.
You brought
I brought it out.
Okay, yeah.
I have my
Stuff.
weapons with me.
Nice. Nice.
That is all I have. The rest is in the bag, but I've got my shield, my sword, and my gun.
Perfect.
The first one is going to be a 16 to hit.
16 does hit. Yep.
Okay.
Just.
Well, that'll be a 21 and a 25 to hit.
Yep. Those both hit.
All three?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, actually, does pulling my sword out count as a bonus action?
Nope. It's free action to get
cool.
your weapon.
Love it. The first one will be. Do I need to pull the radiant damage off of it?
Nope.
Great.
Oh.
The first one will be 15 points of magical slashing.
Okay.
And 7 points of radiant.
Yep.
Second will be 15 points of slashing. And the third one will be 13 points of slashing. So 48 points of slashing and what did I say for radiant?
7, I think.
7.
Nice.
So 55.
All up. Nice.
Well done.
Yeah, so as you slash into it, you see some of the bearings kind of spill out and then reform into the legs with each slash. You can see it's like, yeah, its form is kind of like moving as it goes. All right, it is Yana's turn.
Oh, sorry.
At the drawer, like, did we pull the drawer out?
It's like halfway out. You can see that like when the balls hit the ground, it scattered and hit all of you and then whoosh, reformed.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna toll the dead.
Okay.
So it needs to make a wisdom save.
Nice. That is a 21.
Saves.
Okay. Letters, you're up.
Just checking. You won't let me, as a bonus action, try and pull the drawer all the way out.
No, that would be an action to use.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dive at it with my skull and hope for the best. Booming blade, you know how we do. Oh! If I come at it from opposite of my coconut, do I get that juicy flank tank?
+2, don't we?
I don't know if you're able. Well, yeah, sure. You can move around to behind it. Yeah, you can get the +2. Sure.
Okay then, big guy. Let's. I just want to make sure what I get on my unarmed strike. It's a +10. Oh, I would have got it with the +10. It 16, 18 with the flanking. I'm gonna hit it with that booming blade. I need to make a strength saving throw for me, please, as I try to knock it to the ground.
That is an 18.
That is the save.
So as you try to
blue
slam
face.
into, like the bearings kind of like morph around your head and kind of reform.
15 points of damage.
Okay.
10 piercing, 5 force. And he resists just by a hair.
Your horns are technically magical, right? We established that.
Well, I'm hitting it with a spell, so the
Right.
piercing is not necessarily magical.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's your call. I am innately magical. Because I am a wizard,
Mhm.
but my horns are not
Busy
enchanted.
boy.
They're not considered a magical weapon.
Well, I
thought we
am a
have
magical
considered-
weapon
I thought we had.
because
I thought we've
am.
considered them a magical weapon before.
I think we
They
have.
are a part of me, and I am a magical weapon.
You're a magical
wizard.
boy.
I would
You-
agree with that.
You are a
I'm
magical boy.
casting Booming Blade on
Okay.
my horns, thus making them temporarily magical as a result of
I'll
the
allow
spell
it.
being cast upon them.
I'll allow it.
Math checks out.
You hear the next creature. You hear kind of a buzzing
No.
emanating from the
Bees?
walls. As you
It could be
see
bees.
many little beetles emerge.
Oh,
from the
no,
ground
Tim. I
as
was
they
okay with
fly forward in this swarm.
Oh.
It's these tiny clockwork beetles.
Farts.
And they go around everybody.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't like this place.
I don't think we're supposed to.
Yeah. So it's
Gotta
gonna try
stop
to hit
touching things.
everybody.
Remember when I was like, we could just leave this room? Remember when I said that?
But it's not great. It's only a 16 to hit.
No.
No.
No?
Shield.
Nobody? Yeah. Yeah. It hits you, letters?
No, I don't allow it, is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay. And Yana, does that hit you?
I have recast mage armor.
You did.
Oh no, I need to check. Hold on.
The second it wore off in that other room, you cast it when we were out. You
You
did.
sure did. You said so.
Numbers.
The
were
lore,
off.
but the book says so.
I was there. I seen it.
I
Yeah,
believe you did.
that meets my armor class then. I think.
So it doesn't.
No.
I think if it meets it,
Ties.
hits.
It hits.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it
hits.
hits,
Okay,
yeah.
then it hits me.
Okay.
I will. Will I shield?
Your shield?
Oh, will I shield? I think so. Yeah, I think. That's
Will
how-
Yeah.
she shield?
Shield.
Shield.
Yes, I shall shield. Use one of my second level spell slots. I hate this place.
Okay. All right. So you managed to kind of all like bat them away as they're just like these tiny little mouths are trying
Nope.
to bite you.
Nope.
Okay. It's Galley's turn.
Disgusting. I'm gonna hit the ball thing.
Okay.
Hit those balls.
It's gonna be a 22 to hit
22 hits. Yeah.
and a 27.
That hits as well.
Yes,
Oh,
nature mama.
please. There it is. That's what I want. Just loading up my cheat sheet. Don't mind me.
That's what they're
I
there
think this
for.
would be a fun prank to play on your friends if you're good with tools.
Bees?
To like, no, just rearrange their desks so they're upside down, and when they open it, not like a monster falls out, but like pudding or something would be great.
I would have much preferred pudding to a ball golem.
I
Thank you.
wouldn't. Imagine if the pudding turned into a blob.
Ball golem
Yeah.
is a
Sean-
Pudding golem?
terrible name.
Sean, I
The
just
first
want
hit
to imagine.
is gonna be math. Oh my god, math. 8 plus 8 is 16, right?
Correct.
Plus 6.
24.
22.
22.
22.
We got
That
there.
hits.
And then that's gonna
We'll get
be 12, 16, 18.
18 hits.
18 points of damage.
Nice.
So 22 and 18. Because
40 all up.
40.
I refuse to smite. If it's not Halora, I refuse to smite.
She's gonna be resistant to radiant, and you're gonna be so pissed.
40 all up. Yeah, you
Yeah.
watch as you like slam into it. You see it just like the ball bearings all just spread out.
Cool, Mish. You can't do that, buddy.
All right.
Mish.
Would you like to do anything else for your turn?
I'm all good.
Okay.
Like my
Neppy, you're up.
If I'm assuming that this is a swarm,
Mm-hmm.
and for the sake of action economy, can the swarm make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yes, the swarm can. That is it's only 16.
That's a fail. They're gonna take some bing bong damage from Toll the Dead.
It has not been damaged yet.
Yes, so that is 3d8 rather than 3d12. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's good. 7, and that's 12, and that's 15 plus yep, 15
Nice.
points of necrotic damage.
Okay. So yeah, you see it kind of slam into them as they bump into each other.
And they feel sad. Full of ennui.
Exactly. All right. We're Kokanee.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna swing at him a few times.
All right. If you could separate the damage for me, please.
Ooh.
Oh. All right, they're probably immune to radiant.
First one's gonna be a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
Surprising. Second one is gonna be a 23.
That hits.
Surprising, buzz.
Whoa, I haven't cut down a beetle in a long time. So fast.
They're so fast and they're so little. That'll be 15 points of magical slashing damage and 3 points of radiant.
Okay. Sorry, what was the first? How much slashing?
15.
15.
1-5.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you cut a few through the air as you see some of them fall to the ground. As the swarm continues to buzz. Yana, you're up.
Buzz.
I'm gonna shut drawer as my turn, just in case more shit's gonna come out of it.
You shut the drawer.
No, we've already opened it. Now it's rearmed.
I'm also gonna run over to the door.
Okay.
To use or the clock, I guess.
Okay.
Get out of here.
You would be leaving its space because it's not.
Oh,
that
that's true.
Big.
But I already said it, so.
So yeah, you will take an attack of opportunity.
That's okay.
That's only a 9.
Does not get me.
So, yeah,
I'm too
duck out of the
small and
way.
fast.
They're not able to pierce your cloak. All right, it is Letter's turn.
I've got an idea here. Okay. Strength saving throw from all the little bees.
Okay.
Buzz.
That is a
16 or lower.
That's a
Be
14.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Then knowing that it'd be hard to hit my scalp against bees, I'm going to take out my rarely used electro whip and just whip it in the air and hit him with that lightning lure.
Okay.
I'm just
Everybody bringing out the whip damage.
I've been inspired by my Mr. Lightkeeper. I'm like, that's cool as hell. I love that.
Everyone's up here whipping it good.
That's just
Kelly
10
has
points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And I pull him close to me. Probably not, though, because that doesn't really
It's a
check
swarm.
with it. I
Ah.
grab
few
one and
close
then
to
I'm like, tell me who you work for. I need a name.
You see that beautiful, intricate clockwork mechanism.
Spit in its face.
Yeah.
Hi, Roki.
All right, it is the swarm's turn now.
Come here.
It is going to attack y'all, except for Yana. She's out of the swarm at the moment.
Roki, do you wanna
That
say
is
hi?
a 21 to hit.
Meow again. You meow
I
again.
accept
No.
this.
Sorry, what is it?
21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so Letters, Neppy, and Kokanee, does that hit?
21?
Yeah.
I will parry it.
Okay. All right. So
Parry the bees.
Shing, 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 shing.
I like
I think I
Alright.
missed this
Doesn't
scene
make
in the B
sense.
movie.
This is the extended edition.
But I don't know. I don't know all the lore. from
Um,
the
I'm
B
sorry, this
movie,
is the
so-
B side? This is the B side. I'm
So
so
you all, Letters and Neppy, you take 25 points of piercing damage.
okay.
And 1 point of poison damage.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, if I
Do I
still had
take
my
any
belt, I
damage?
could just
you
resist
parried
that.
those poison bees.
Do I take any damage?
No, your AC is 22, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if I
It
took half.
No,
Sorry, it was 26 all up, Tim?
26 all up. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yikes. Okay.
All right, Callie, you're up.
Okay. Oh no. I've made a choice.
Hit the bees!
Can you make it?
I'm gonna hit the bees.
Bees.
The bees. Does the 22 hit the bees?
22 hits those bees.
How about a 16?
16 points of damage.
No, 16 to hit.
16 hits as well. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Jeez.
And then, oh, do I have to separate the damage for you? For the bees?
Yes, the slashing damage. Yeah, the radiant damage is fine.
There should be more insect-based spells. You know?
Clerics have a ton of them.
Giant bug.
Giant
Insect
bug
plague is a
fun.
cleric spell.
Insect plague exists. Infestation exists.
That's
But
gonna be
I just want throw bees.
7 slashing for both attacks.
Okay.
Bees.
And
Bees.
Ball.
Bees. Bees.
Just a ball of bees.
8 radiant. And then I forget, what did we say my +6 is? That's slashing, right?
Yeah.
So 12 more slashing.
Okay. That will just be enough.
Just
Bee
enough.
I know they're beetles, but it just a swarm of bees. is so
With
weird.
tiny size, it
wait.
seems like the slashing.
We have
is-
to call them bees because the idea of little tiny beetles swarming around us grosses me out a lot.
Yeah, tiny beetles. That's what they are. But you managed to dispatch them. You just like cut through the air as you just like single-handedly finish off the rest that are still up in the air in this kind of blind rage.
Nice.
And you cut them all down, and we can drop out of initiative, and that is where we're going to take our break.
Ooh.
A great idea.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
I say we touch those lava shelves on the way out. In
We
for a penny,
can't
in
get
for a
back
pound.
there.
Let's just touch
fucking-
everything.
The hill
It's
I'm gonna
gone well
die
for us
on
so
is
far.
touching it.
Okay.
We touch it all,
so
guys.
we're gonna
Touch the
after the
butt.
break, we're gonna do a giveaway for this beautiful spell tracker right here. Love that idea, Matt, in our chat.
And we partner with a local apiary, so we start being able to just send bees to people. Not honey, bees. To our
I mean,
followers or our enemies.
I don't know if y'all have free time on your hands, but there's a YouTube channel called Texas Beekeeper. And it is some of the most calming things that I've ever watched. It's this beautiful, wonderful woman who just, cares for a lot of bees. And it's great. So the Matt is going to put the word in the chat that will be for our giveaway, and the word is Lyceum. So when Humorous D&D puts it in the chat, it'll be all
It's
caps.
BlackwaterDnD this time.
Sorry, that was BlackwaterDnD. It's us. So it is Lyceum, Lyceum.
Only once.
Only once. If you put it more than once, you get disqualified. All caps. And we will see you after the break.
See you
Pretty sure the Lyceum is what lets the
Be safe.
Hey folks, Emma here. So, do you experience lore panic? You know, that deep, dark, sinking feeling that your DM or campaign notes are missing and disorganized? That you've forgotten an important plot point and it's going to send your life into a swirling void of angst and regret? Well, if you're like me, then you'll be happy to know that Blackwater is here to help. Yes, you, little lore keeper. We're really proud to announce our partnership with Silverwing Armory. Silverwing Armory is a Canadian company that specializes in gaming goodies, RPG resources, and nerdy necessities to help plan your campaign. My personal favorite are their campaign notebooks. Each of these beautifully designed books is handmade and crafted, showcasing original designs by the creator herself. There's enough that they'll match perfectly with wherever and whenever your game is set. They're also fully customizable, with different types of paper, dotted, lined, or graph, whatever works best for you. Finally, they're system agnostic, so no matter what game you run, from D&D to Call of Cthulhu, your lore is kept safe and organized however you like it. Head on over to their Instagram and website at Silverwing Armory and use our promo code Blackwater for 10% off at checkout. It supports this amazing Canadian business and helps support our stream and the story we keep telling week after week. So you get less of this and more of this. Silverwing Armory, for the lore keeper in all of us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hi guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We must be.
Presumably.
Wow.
Wow.
We're checking that
Surely.
drawer. We're opening that drawer again.
We're doing the giveaway first.
Stop.
Oh.
No.
All right.
Welcome to
So,
Back where
Blackwater.
it came
We
from,
touch
or so help
everything.
me.
okay, so if you have not
It's already
already,
out of
this
the
is your
drawer.
last opportunity to put the word Lyceum in the chat.
Or enter the word YOP for the secret second giveaway.
No, there's no secret second giveaway.
What are we
Of
giving
course,
away,
we couldn't
Sean?
admit it, or else it wouldn't be a secret.
Why is it telling me that I can't? Why is it telling me that there's only 2 people who are eligible for this? This is not.
That's incorrect.
All
It's
right,
50-50 chance.
Keyword is not YOP. It is
Lyceum.
Yeah.
You yup?
Lyceum.
Okay.
Oh, now I want a yop.
Go
It's
real
an
bad.
achievable dream.
It's an achievable dream.
Yeah, don't you have YOP at your
I
place?
do have a yop. I'm gonna go get one.
Get a
Okay.
YOP.
If I don't know why it's not working.
I want a partnership with apiaries and YOP.
Huh.
Yop
I want to be able to
sponsorship.
give away bees and YOP.
Yop, if you're out there, we're open to sponsorship talks.
Yup.
Okay.
Bubble tea. Ice
This is
tea
so
in
strange.
general.
Why is this happening? I'm so sorry. It is like
YOP flavored bubble tea.
it
I
is
don't know
telling
what
me
YOP.
that it's
I've never had a
Yopple
yop.
tea.
okay. Can you give me a second?
trademarking
Can you give me a
it
second?
now.
You want us to be quiet? Because I feel like we're
yes.
giving you a second because we're stalling.
I'd like you to be quiet so that I can say something, please.
Okay.
So it is not recognizing the word Lyceum for some reason. Okay. If you've entered it before, right when the break started, please feel free to enter it again. I think. I don't know. It's the giveaway
Always
thing
use
is
the
being
backup word.
no, because people have already said yop,
Well, then half our work is done.
and we'll do.
I don't
Yeah, we'll
understand
do
how Twitch works,
Lyceum.
but I don't see why this is a problem.
And it's like I don't know why it's not.
Shall we just start again with a new word?
Yeah,
Start
let's
again
just
with
start
a
again with a
new
new
word.
word. I'm so sorry, folks. Our word is now going to be
Laser.
Yogurt
Jeez.
drink.
cleric.
All
Cleric.
Cleric. Cleric.
All caps?
Yep, all caps.
Oh no, he was resting so nicely, and then I turned on the laser pointer. I fucked up.
You
Don't.
just tweak it
New
out.
word is cleric.
I
The
can make
people
him.
who are
I can
still
make him.
putting
cleric.
Lyceum in chat.
Cleric.
I can make him
Cleric.
run around in circles.
Don't.
It's kind
Cleric.
of funny.
Cleric, please.
It is cleric.
Cleric only chat.
It
Yeah.
has to be in caps.
Cleric
Yes,
is
please.
the not secret word.
Get
Everyone
outta
knows
here,
it's cleric.
Matthew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That product placement.
Guys, I've never had a yop.
It's
I've
not
never
even a
had
yop.
one,
You
but
haven't
they're
had
so
yoga?
tiny.
Like,
Yoga
Sean,
mini.
Sean, next time I see you, I'll give you
They're
a
yogurt shots
Okay,
for babies,
last
is my understanding,
opportunity.
'cause they're
Last
so tiny.
last opportunity to get cleric in the chat. If you would like to win.
Tiny marbles.
Yes. Here we
Secret
go.
word is Claire Bear
Nope.
for when you have a more informal relationship with your clerics.
That was
Okay.
my best friend in elementary school. Claire
All right,
Bear.
here we go. 3,
Oh, that's
2,
Claire Bear.
1. Funk.
Straight
Funk.
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 Well
Nice.
done.
Oh,
That was a
crazy.
funk.
Funk, thank you so much for coming to check us out.
Funk.
And if you can message Blackwater D&D here on Twitch and send us your address, as well as send us who your favorite character is, and we will send this beautiful, wonderful Blackwater monogrammed spell tracker from Legendcraft to you. So congratulations. Thanks, Funk. All right, play some
Alright.
D&D.
Funk. It's
Oh,
funk,
done.
right? With an O?
Funk.
It's FUUNNNK.
Oh, that's funk.
Yeah.
That's funk.
All right.
We love
So,
to see it.
what
Wrong
would you
lever,
like to
funk.
do? The
Open the drawer again.
You want to try to open it again?
Yeah, well, maybe it locked on its way in again, in which case I'll give up. But I bet she wrote something snooty and like snippy inside, like enjoy the bees or be safe.
Go to try to
And I-
open it, and it is locked.
Fuck.
No.
I yell from the clock, sorry, didn't want more bees.
Feel like the bees have already come out.
Perhaps
Good for the bees.
if there is nothing else in that desk, then perhaps...
There's that first one. And we already
Maybe-
unleashed the bees. We can break it
Also,
open.
with your passive perception, as high as it is, you notice that there is just a very, very, very slight tilt to this room. And you only notice that because all the ball bearings seem to be rolling to the other side of the room slowly. And some of them that are over there have just disappeared into the wall.
Can I try to grab one?
Oh,
Sure,
they've
yeah.
disappeared into the wall?
I want to grab one of them, and I want to
Yeah,
grab one of the
it
beetles.
just seems to they seem to slide right into the clockwork. They just get swept up in the clockwork of the wall.
Oh.
But yeah, you're able to grab one.
This thing will likely reform. Again, I don't think we should stay. If we're leaving Halora's form here, then I think we should go.
Does anybody want to try a more physical method of getting into
Break
the last
the
drawer?
desk.
Would love to get more physical.
How would
Only
you
if we
like to
want
get
to.
more physical?
Just the top one.
It's just the top one that hasn't been opened that I wasn't able to pick.
We could pry it open. I know. Is there a crowbar on the wall of tools?
There's not a crowbar.
Is there a big screwdriver that's flathead?
Not a big screwdriver. No,
Tim.
there's some look like smaller screwdrivers, but
Tim.
they all look like fine instruments. Like none of these seem like sort of
Blunt.
Screwdriver.
yeah.
Trying to think of a cool way to get physical with the desk, so you'll let me.
It is a metal desk.
I know, it's
the
metal.
desk.
I'm also
Charm
pretty.
the desk.
Callie is also pretty metal.
Well done.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
Well, while Len is thinking, can I take a good old look around the room for more portals, more ways out of this room, other than the one that we just came through?
You can make an investigation check, sure.
With some
Yeah.
guidance on
I'd like to
myself.
take a look at the where the ball bearings have been disappearing into the wall.
Okay. Yeah, you can just see that where they are hitting the wall, they just they kind of hit up against the clockwork that's turning, and then it appears that at various points they're sort of they just fall into the the mechanics of it, and it seems like they just get swept up into the machinery that is the walls.
I'd like to try and figure out why this room would be slanted. I think it has a purpose, but
Cleanup.
is it just to clean up the scrap?
It seems like and it's very slight. They're not quickly rolling to the other side. It's sort of
Yeah.
just a slight, and it seems to be just to sweep these things up.
I'll Len, go ahead, and I'll go after.
Oh no, please go first.
Okay. I got a 22 for my investigation.
Okay. You don't see any obvious kind of portals. There's no kind of outlines of doors other than, the door that you came through. Do you go down the hallway again? Like, do you go check at the end of the hallway?
Like the gear hallway
Mhm.
that we were just in?
Mhm.
Not without the party. No.
Okay. You can see it has completed some kind of rotation, and that like the platform is there again, and the large gear outside has stopped.
Okay. And we've put the number into the door?
You haven't touched
Not
the
yet.
clock on the back of the door yet.
Okay.
Um,
Actually, you know what? Do you mind if I go take a look back at the door?
Yeah,
other
take
side.
Clack with you.
All right.
Okay.
No, actually, no.
Am I just
Gosh,
throwing
no.
you down?
Stay here. I
Don't
can.
go alone.
I'll
be all
go.
right.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with Snippy.
No, I'll be fine. It's
I'm gonna go.
We never go alone. All right,
All
come
right.
on. I go and I hold both their hands.
We skip.
Okay.
Letters and Callie start skipping. I don't know. Neppy joins.
You get to the end. It doesn't seem to move.
Okay.
Do you go all the way to kind of where you came through?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you get there, you feel the things start to whir up again. The clockwork starts to turn again.
Okay.
No, you can make an investigation check while you're here if you like, before that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I would. Okay.
As you're arriving.
27.
Yep.
Okay. So you see there is a small, what almost looks like a little bowl, kind of a half bowl, set into the stone, as well as what looks like a spout.
What's the spout colored with?
It's a metal spout, so it's harder to tell. It does have a little bit of a shine to it.
What does it smell like? I'll smell it.
When you smell it, it smells kind of like oil.
Oil.
Very good.
Perhaps oil. Do you think that takes us?
Ooh, let's talk about it on the safe side of the bridge.
Yeah. So a bowl. Is there any markings on the bowl? Is there like salt crusted wine, acid pock marks? Anything looks familiar.
Not that you saw.
So a
Just
bowl.
Bowl, little spout, and it smelled faintly of oil.
And they're a little bowl, little spout, or little
It's
spout.
like the bowl is kind of like half embedded in the wall, and the spout is kind of sticking out of the wall.
Okay.
And yeah, the gear is turning. You run back.
I cast bonfire and go first, just in case that thing tries to bop me off again.
Okay, yeah, as you get at 60 feet.
But
you feel...
within 10 feet of Callie, because we've done this before.
Yeah. She's kind of behind you. I will need you to make I believe it's a strength to say.
I believe that was it. Natty 20.
Hey,
yeah, so you managed to kind of
I'm
resist
so ready for it.
as you kind of like hold them back, and then you see the glyph kind of go off, and then you all kind of run forward and make it to the end.
Noon.
Yeah. You go to noon, close the door again. The door closes behind you.
Great.
Okay.
I wonder if that takes us to the same place as the oil does from the fountain room.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly.
It won't take us back to the room with the lava in it.
Let's do this clock door and see what that does.
Tim,
Yes.
these drawers, are there handles on these drawers?
Nope.
No?
Nope. It's just a lock.
Just the lock.
Oh, let's just shoot the lock.
You're going to
Let's
shoot a desk?
Yeah, let's put the gun in the lock and shoot it. Is that a bad idea or
I don't-
a good
if-
idea?
I just think that going at this with blunt force is
Yeah.
not going to be a way to
Let's
get
do the clock. Let's do the clock. We're not shooting a desk. No desk pops.
then it is. Yeah. Is there anything else we wish to do in here?
I'd just like to quickly have a look at the beetle and the ball that I picked up.
Yeah. You can see the beetle looks to be beautiful, intricate clockwork. Like they are meticulously crafted, and fairly small, light. and you can see where like the inside there is like a small, like a tiny little glass vial that held some kind of poison next to the mandibles, and the ball just looks like a ball bearing.
Cool. I'll just drop the ball and let it roll.
Okay.
Does the beetle look broken?
Yes, the beetles are smashed up.
Can I mending it?
You can mend it. It doesn't it's still it's not functional anymore. Like the mechanical part of it has been broken. So you can fix the pieces, but it's not functional at the moment.
What a shame.
Kokanee, do you know of any former high priestesses of Arathis, aside from the one who gave you who you met? Is there anybody who was important? Because so many of these things are so intricate. It's got Arathis all over it. Is that rolling around in the noodle?
Unfortunately, most of the history of Arathis was vaguely lost, as far as I'm aware. So okay. I don't have a line to speak of. I'll put the beetle back down on the ground. But they are exquisitely made. It would take me an incredibly long time to make one of these, and it likely wouldn't be as good as this one is.
Let's do the clock.
All right. So,
what is our answer to the puzzle?
So, if it is a sequence akin to the Wizard of Fibonacci, the blank spot is 5. But as to what precedes that, whether it's one with a large, I'm going to try and move. Is everyone all right with me starting? Yes?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and move the large hand to 1.
Okay.
Leaving and then I'm going to move the large, then I'm going to go rotate the small hand once.
Okay.
And just leave it back on noon.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue, this is not a place for you to be right now. Rotate the large hand around twice, returning it to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Moving it to 3.
Okay.
And then moving the 5 hand from noon.
No, the small hand.
Sorry, the small hand from noon to 5.
Okay. So yeah, as you do that, you hear you watch as the walls kind of the gears start to shift in the opposite direction as you feel the whole chamber kind of you can feel it all turn, and the door you can see the door goes from being locked. As that happens, you see it you feel the room stop and it unlocks.
What do you mean the room unlocks?
The door unlocks.
Oh,
okay.
Does the room stop tilting?
Yep, the room has stopped moving, and you see the gears continue to spin.
So we've rotated the room.
Nappy, give a listen at the door. Maybe there's whirring or buzzing on the other side.
Yeah,
You've got the keenest ears.
I'll take a listen.
Make a perception check.
I'm going to guide myself. Grab my holy symbol as I put my ear up to the door. Oh, that's good. 17 plus 10 is 27.
Really hear anything other than the kind of the turning of the gears in the room?
I open the door.
Mm-hmm.
You open the door, and you see on the other side is kind of an olive green portal.
Olive green. We haven't come across olive green before.
Nope.
So we can either go and follow the oil. We can reverse this process, run back across the hallway, and go follow the oil back to what I'm assuming is off the foyer, but I have no idea. Or we can follow this path.
Let's follow this path.
I think follow this path.
Something off the workshop seems like it would be important.
Anything worth attaching to here likely is important. This is also possibly our last chance to do something with this body if we would like to.
Just leave it.
I trust your judgment. If this is of Arethys' creation, well, or Arethys' hand is somehow involved in this, you are the High Priest. I trust your judgment.
I worry that this is a decision that we will regret, but I don't see how I could find myself destroying it. Something that is as beautifully crafted as that with no... I mean, it is not an evil object as of the moment. It is just a beautifully designed thing. So I prefer to go and stop her from making it an evil object rather than destroying it before.
We don't have to destroy. We can put it in the bag. If all we want to do is keep it away from somebody, we put it in the bag. If we want to play nice, we leave it where it is. Now, we've already stolen her scroll, and we opened up all her beetles. Now, that's not as big a transgression. My vote, I think if we're playing diplomacy, we're leaving the thing. But if your number one concern is not letting her do stuff with it, then we can do something about that.
I think we leave it.
Okay, we leave it.
We leave it.
I march bravely through the green, unless someone has someone else they want to do.
Okay. So you push ahead.
Behind letters.
Do you need a marching order?
Nope.
Okay.
You come into a large stone chamber as Clack is one of the last to come through. The portal fades behind you. You come into a large stone chamber. It's probably about 90 feet long and about 40 feet across. You can see there's a narrow walkway around the edge, and the majority of the center of this room is what appears to be sand. You can see there's bits of twisted metal kind of strewn throughout the sand. There are wall sconces all the way around, kind of giving sort of a dim illumination to the whole thing. And that's what you can see from where you're standing.
A fighting pit.
I just want to make sure we got this. We're standing on some kind of platform.
Yeah, there seems to be almost like about a 3-foot walkway that goes around the whole outer edge.
Around the edge, and there's something through the middle?
Nope. The middle
walkway on the edge, bits of stuff in the sand. Copy
Tim,
that.
about how long were we in that room? If it was about 9 o'clock when we got in there.
Oh, it should be like an hour and a half.
Okay, so it's about 10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30. We'll say an hour and a half.
Okay. What do you think? This is a training?
No, we'll say an hour. It's 10.
An hour? Okay.
I will walk around the thing, investigating what I can without actually stepping onto the sand. I want to
with guidance
investigate what I can without stepping onto the sand.
Okay, make an investigation check.
For traps and the like. That's a 19.
19. Okay. You find a few things as you walk around the whole sort of perimeter. You don't spot any traps along the walkway. You do see as you kind of come around it would be your kind of right-hand side on the far side, sort of near the corner. You do see there is kind of a stone orb that protrudes from the wall a bit. And it appears to have kind of the imprint of a hand that's kind of got sort of a brownish red tint to it.
As in dried blood?
You're not sure. It looks similar.
Tim, I know dried blood.
Yeah, it looks like it might be dried blood.
Okay, it could be dried blood. It's dried blood. Everybody's dried blood.
As you continue along, there is you get all the way around back onto the left-hand side, and as if you're sort of like where you come in, where you're looking, there is what appears to be wooden. It looks like wood. It's carved. The stone is carved to look like a wooden door, but there is no handle. It's just all smooth. You can kind of see where the archway is, and the stone has been sort of carved to look like wood. And then just to the left of where you came in, kind of as you come around the other side of the group, as you're sort of feeling along the wall, you find there is like an illusory, almost like like the size of a brick, and you feel there is what appears to be a button just inside there.
Ooh, I don't like buttons. Don't love a button.
And it's a push button, a pull button,
feels like
a toggle. Button. It's a push button. All right, we got the javelin to push this. My gut says blood hand on the sphere. We push a button, it deactivates whatever badness is going to come from the thing. Then we put our blood hand on the bloody sphere. This door becomes an actual door. That's my read. Been doing this a while. That's experience talking.
There's like shrapnel and like metal in the sand, Tim.
Yeah, from where you're standing, like you can see kind of the glint of metal, but it's difficult to tell exactly what it is.
I wonder if that is a workshop. What if she creates things and then tests them out here? I can imagine she would have had to work very hard on those retrievers and their abilities. I know. I think we had the same thought.
Me too, but just so we're sure, what was your thought?
What if the people who she has imprisoned here also fight?
Test.
And test.
She's not going to test the things to do the fighting and the damaging on herself.
Are there any view portals up top?
Looking around the top, there doesn't appear to be any viewing portals that you can see. The ceiling is it's pretty high. It's probably about 60 feet high. So it's pretty dim. You can see there are some, as opposed to the kind of smooth stone, you can see there appears to be some stalactites.
Magnets? Magnetism?
Don't sense any magnetic field in this room.
Just every room Callie would go into as soon as they step into it. She'd be like, no magnetism. She'd just announce it to the group.
I volunteer to push the button with this spear, javelin. Does anyone want to volunteer to be blood hand?
I'll be blood hand.
I'll go stand next to the door.
And then I guess everyone else either stands next to Callie or equidistant from everybody else. That seems to be the... Right?
Right.
Do we like this? Everyone okay with this?
All right, let's give it a shot.
Okay. Do we want to do a 3, 2, 1 or push the button and then see what happens? Let's push the button and see what happens. You be ready with the blood hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's over by the blood hand?
Me.
Callie? Who's over by... Is it just Callie over there?
Yeah.
Okay. And who's by the button?
Me.
Okay. And who's by the door? Okay, so Kokanee and
I'll
Yana,
come join Neppy at the door.
Neppy, Yana, where are you?
I'll stay with letters.
Okay. And Clack will stay there too. Okay.
I'll be like, hey, Clack, head over to Neppy.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I just feel like if this door opens, you might be going through it in case things get bad.
I'll go over to Neppy too.
Okay. All right, so it's just letters by the button.
That's really fine.
Callie
That's
over
really
by
fine.
the hand. Callie, are you bloodying your hand already, or are you just waiting by there?
He said ready my hand with blood, so it's ready. Yeah, I'm not going to touch it yet, but...
Okay, 10 feet away from the button.
Okay.
Or however long javelin is, about 6, I reckon. I poke it.
Okay. So as that happens, as you poke the button and you press your hand on the orb with the blood, a few things happen.
Oh boy.
Favorite Tim Carlson phrase.
So
no.
we'll start with Callie. So as you put your bloody hand, you feel the blood on your hand seep into the stone.
Yeah.
And you see kind of a crimson doorway appear.
Oh.
And Neppy, you notice with your passive perception, the door that you were standing by, you see a keyhole appear. And in the center of the chamber,
I have a couple
in the
keys.
sand pit, a large door appears. And let's see what comes out.
That door attacks
Oh,
you.
No.
It's one of
fun.
these
Okay.
rooms.
All
fun.
right, so I'll need everyone to
whom?
roll initiative, please.
It's a
Ooh,
fun
Mr.
vending
Carlson.
machine.
Oh man.
Tim has been like there's a couple times a week where he plans, and I'll often walk in on him in the midst of planning. I can hear very loud music, often like new wave, or recently it's been like Chinese metal or Japanese metal.
Japanese
hasn't it?
metal music.
Yeah, Tim's been listening to a lot of Japanese
been
metal
really
lately.
Like old guy metal. It's wild.
Tim, has it been an hour since I cast Enhance ability on myself to open the door? Because if you said it was an hour to get in, then I'd still be at the very end of that spell.
Yeah, you're at the end.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I get advantage.
Oh, that's nice. So yeah, Tim's been doing a lot of planning, and every time I come into the room, he just like covers up the paper, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I just need to ask you a question." He's like, "No, I have to hide. Did you see anything?" I was like, "No, I didn't see anything."
Did you?
All right, 25
No,
to 20.
I wish. Natural 20 for a 21.
Oh,
flip the script. 20 to 15. 15.
No.
15 to 10.
14.
What was yours, Yana?
A 5.
Sorry.
I got 9.
Yeah, 10 to 5.
6.
How is it that I went first? How?
Flip the script.
Flip the script.
Flip the script.
Letters, Callie at 6 and
Change it up.
Yana at 5, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So you see bursting through the door as you see this kind of like
the door in the center of the pit. Yes,
door
That'd
in the
be
center.
fun.
Yeah, you
That'd
can
be fun.
see it's about 10 feet into the sand pit. You can see kind of bursting through. You can see there's kind of like a swirling sort of orange and blackish like portal that this thing emerges from as the door kind of opens up and stays there as like flying through, kind of ducking down, you see a large horned winged creature. You see it's wielding a 2-pronged trident. You can see like red hot with fire.
Does she have a portal just to hell?
A barbed tail kind of whips out behind it as it flies forward. So Neppy, you are up first.
Tim. Is this a fiend?
Yeah, this is a fiend.
Extra damage.
You are very far away from it.
How?
You're at one end. You're at like 45 feet away from it.
But how? Okay, how does she have a pit or portal to hell? I mean, I guess. Okay.
You always want to have a portal home, you know.
Just in case. Okay. How far am I away from this thing?
You are on the other side, so you are also about 45 feet. Because the whole chamber is about 90 feet long, so you're each about 45 feet away.
Okay.
I'll be on map duty.
Thanks.
Where's my Sharpie?
Shit. And does it it clocks us and it sees us?
Yeah, it seems to have noticed all of you, but it like.
Who's it looking at?
It looks like it. Letters is the closest to it.
Okay.
I thought we were equidistant.
No, you're in the center. Where the door opened, like you're right where you guys came out. The button is near there.
Oh,
they're at either end of the chamber.
Oh,
you are alone.
Okay, well, I'm gonna send a guiding bolt towards this thing then, I guess.
Okay.
So then Callie is across the way from me.
Yeah, she's 45 feet away from you.
This is where letters is.
Rectangle. Yeah.
Oh, it's a rectangle.
It's a rectangle.
Oh, that's good.
90 by 40.
That is
Oh,
going
it's a
to
big
be
rectangle.
a 24 to hit.
24 hits. Yeah.
Okay, so that was just a tiny little second level guiding bolt.
And everyone else is Callie, letters. Give me
You're not on that end. You're on the long side.
You're in the middle of the
road.
90.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're in the middle of the 90.
letters. Callie.
No, Callie's on the other corner.
Okay. She's still here. And then everybody else.
She's opposite. Yeah, she's opposite.
That's a lot of
Neptune.
sixes.
Right, we figured it out.
6, 12,
Yeah, Neppy and Callie are on the short
18.
sides.
22. That's going to be 26. 27 points of radiant damage
Nice.
to this sweet horned boy. And next attack on him has advantage because he is now
Alright, so
glowing
yeah,
from
you
a gliding bolt.
You see this now fully glowing horned devil as its wings kind of extrude, expand out.
And I whistle to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I say,
Like a cat call?
no.
Woo!
No. And in
Did
Infernal.
you just come out of hell? Because you are looking hot.
Oh.
And in Infernal. What do I say to it? I'd insult it in Infernal.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just kind of hear this like low laughter as it kind of like.
Yeah. Not my first round with the devil.
All right, it is gonna go after you, letters, because you're right there.
Understandable.
It's going to use its. You see it bring its fork around. So the first attack is a 24 to hit.
I'll allow it.
It's just got a little fork. Everything's
And
fine.
the second one is a 21 to hit.
This is also exquisite.
Okay, I will do those damages first. So the first one is 12 points of piercing damage. And the second attack is 20 points of piercing damage. And then it's going to use its tail attack. But that is only a 14.
I will flex my brain to make my AC 16, dealing 7 points of damage to him.
Nice. So yeah, as the tail comes around you, you flex your brain and kind of move your body as it the tail slams into the wall behind you.
Just covered in blood.
All right. It is Kokanee's turn.
I am going to shoot it with the gun. I will have advantage on this because of guiding bolt, correct?
Yes. Yep, because this is technically the next. Does it have to be melee or can it be ranged as well?
No, it can be ranged. It's any attack.
Ooh, that'll be a 26 to hit.
That hits.
So that will be...
Separate out any cold damage.
Will do. That will be 9 points of piercing damage. 10 points of radiant damage. And 10 points of that good cold damage.
Okay.
Second shot will be a 3, which means my gun jams.
Oh.
I have never had this happen before because I
Ooh.
always have luck points left to not do this.
Right.
Right. So yeah, you go to take your second shot and you just hear kind of a grinding of metal as your gun jams.
Now,
hold on.
Does anything come out of the gun? Any sort of preserves of any kind? Or?
It misfires, not jams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
you
it
hear
just-
kind of like a click and
So I
the
just
ball,
reload it.
like the ball kind of rolls at the end. All right, it is.
Swear this never happens to me.
So you're telling me this thing came out of a portal and it was like, hey, what's up? I'm in your face?
Yeah.
Right? So the portal's still there.
Portal's still there.
And is what, a large demon?
Yeah. It's large. This door is big. This portal is big.
And so if this were a portal to the hells, what some might call the pit,
Oh goodness me!
I would like
love
to
watching
try and
Sean get to a
How
pit,
long does it
so
take before he gets to a pit?
It is.
That's a record.
It is not like it came out about 10 feet into the arena, so it is still a
Ooh.
little way. Like it's
10 feet away from the pit, you say? Be cool,
on
Tim.
the far side, and then it flew towards you.
Be cool.
So it is still
10
about
feet away from the pit.
Yeah, so it's still about 30 feet away. You're about 30 feet away from that portal.
It?
The portal.
The portal.
That's less chill, Tim. It's a lot less chill. It's not going to change what I'm going to do because I have limited things at my abilities. Okay, good. It's going to be a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
I'm still going to make a strength saving throw because
absolutely,
I'm a chill guy.
That is a 30.
What?
I rolled a natural 20.
Well, it resists. I can't push.
Quite strong.
anybody
As you like go to push it, you just like you see all of the muscle. Like this thing almost seems to be almost pure muscle, as it's like it's not wearing any clothes, and you just are like, oh, it is ripped.
Oh, game recognizes game. Yeah, okay, well then that's going to be a 9, 16 plus my body. It's gonna be 21 points of piercing and force. And I don't want to get hit by this thing again. So I will, I guess, just stay, interlocked with it and just jamming my face into it. I jam my head into it, and my little hoofies are just like digging in the sand as I try to push it back.
Horns, like 2 rams.
All
right.
Oh yeah, because it got horns as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're literally locking horns. Tim, if I want to use that boon that god gave me that one time, it doesn't say I use it as an action, but do I have to do that on my turn, or can I basically like blink it on me?
I think it does have to be on your turn, but I think it's a bonus action. I believe you said it was a bonus
Let me find the notes.
I think it might be a bonus action.
I think it's a bonus action.
Oh,
I mean, you're the DM. It can be
boy.
anything you want.
Yeah,
but I believe I wrote it.
You
as
already
a
made
bonus
it.
action.
Yeah.
Clarified it.
You can
Tim,
do
be
anything you
cool.
want.
Be cool.
Be
Just
cool,
like
man.
it's
Be cool,
got
baby.
be cool. Where do I have that?
God's brawls. Here's the God's brawls.
I'll figure it out. I'm gonna take a risk. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it.
I can also look it up here in a second.
No. I'm saving it. I'm saving it.
All right. Then we are at Callie.
Okay.
There she
I'm
is.
45 feet away from it.
You are.
Okay. I'm gonna. I don't have a lot of health. I don't want to run right up to it. Fuck it. I'll do it. I'll run right up to it.
Okay. So you use your action and your to dash.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I'm running away from it, running towards it, in Celestial, I'm gonna be like, you need to go back to where you came from.
Okay. All right.
And that's my turn.
All right. It is Yana's turn.
Oh boy, there's not a lot of options for me right now. It's gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, that is only a 10.
It fails and it's taking damage. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then that's gonna be 3d12.
We love an empowered cantrip.
Oh my god, that's the worst d12s. I rolled a 1 and a 2 for the first.
No, we don't like that.
2 and a 4.
So
That's 7 points of necrotic damage.
All right. Very metal. Yeah, as you like the necrotic damage kind of slams into it, and you can see it hurts it, but it's like you can tell that it was like, oh, that was not the best you could do.
It's too muscly to be necrotized.
All right, we are back to the
Don't
top
have
of
a lot
the
of
order.
juice.
Neppy, you're up.
Oh, well, seeing what Yana did, I'm going to make it do the same thing. Wisdom save, please.
Okay. That is a... No, I don't think that'll do it either. That's only a 12.
That is also a failure, so it's going to, again, take 3d12 from Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Just a lot of...
Roll better than me.
Bing bong damage. I did. I definitely did. That is going to be 12 plus 10 is 22 plus 4 is 26 plus 5 is 31 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
Put this thing in the ground. Make it not alive anymore.
And I taunted again in Infernal.
As it like kind of like... all right, it is the devil's turn. It is going to... yeah, no, it's just going to keep on with letters because it's right here.
Oh, I
taunted
it in Celestial though.
Yeah, but he can see that it's hurting.
Yeah, I'm a bull man in a vest. You're like a holy warrior in armor.
He's smart. All right, so the first attack is a 17 to hit.
Oh, you know I'm gonna use that shield, Tim.
All right, the second one is that's a 28.
I will allow it.
All right, so I'll roll the damage for that one. And that is a 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then with the last one, that is a 19 to hit.
That 14 plus 5 is 19. So it hits me.
It hits. All right, so you feel the tail slam into your ribs.
Oh, that's probably the worst one, isn't it?
Yeah, you feel a searing pain, and you take
Rogue, this is not a good idea.
9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I am right there. You get my +4.
You bet I do. You bet I do.
No.
Tim, how does an 11 sound?
Oh,
Not enough. As you feel the wound explodes with pain, and you, it hurts like hell.
Oh, that's funny because it's probably an infernal thing he just put inside me.
All right, it is Kokanee's turn.
Me.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I'll shoot it, I guess. It's sort of what I got to bring to the table here at this point. 28 to hit.
28 to hit?
Yeah.
That hits.
Be 14 points of piercing.
Okay.
7 points of radiant. And 4 points of cold. And that's my turn.
Oh, math. All right, there we go. All right, letters at the top of your turn.
No.
Oh.
Fuck.
You lose 9 hit points.
Later, Gators.
Are you unconscious?
I am unconscious, yes.
I'm right there.
You like he loses 9 from his hit point maximum, or he just does 9 damage?
You lose that from your maximum at the moment.
So does it deal the damage?
Yep, it deals the damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it's lost. You see like Callie, you can see the wound is like it's almost smoking, and it smells quite sulfurous. It's pretty gnarly.
I know what those are.
Oh, so I'll roll a death save then. That's a 9. Whoopsies.
All right, Callie, you're up.
I'm having a dilemma here because Lennon really wants to save these spell slots, but Callie's an Asmar and she spent her whole life getting fiends and killing them.
Do it.
She's gonna smite. There's no way she couldn't smite. So yeah, it's fine.
Do it.
Smouth. Smoked. Mouth.
Hey, now.
Literally watched a clip today where
27 to hit.
27 to hit. Yep, that hits.
And math 30.
Those both hit.
Okay, I'm gonna smite on one of these.
we did promise a whole album.
We did.
Yeah.
Regular hit.
We've promised a lot of things.
An album of what?
Songs about paladins.
This is a fiend?
Okay.
This is a fiend, yep.
I mean, we want that sexy club hit, Lay Your Hands on Me. I feel like that's a big one. I'll never take any oath but you is a good one.
Yeah, Smite the Night. Thank you, Cody. Yes.
Smite the Night.
The one that went into my head was smite me like you hate me.
Ooh.
That's good. That is going to be
Compel Duet is a good one.
Ooh. Where's Adam to write songs on the fly when we need him?
That's gonna be 65 points of damage.
That'll do it. How do you want to dispatch this devil?
Just gonna take its head off. Just clean cut. Just
okay.
1,
So you
2.
watch as it's like finished, like pulling out the barbed tail as Letters falls. You see it kind of roars back in laughter, and you take that opportunity as you bring your sword up and just lop its head off. As it's like face is kind of in this like twisted smile as it like collapses to the ground, and you can see the whole like carcass begins to kind of like smolder.
As soon as it's down, I'm gonna put 5 hit points into Letters.
Okay. Yeah. You see the wound kind of seal up, and the like kind of burning edges fade away.
Thank you. Oh.
You can see the large door is slowly closing.
What about the blood one?
The blood one is also slowly, like, not as much. Like you can see that, like, it's starting to it's starting to fade somewhat, but it's not closing as fast as the large door.
Keyhole in the key.
Can I look at the key? The key, like I have a key. The only key I have is the
key to the study, right?
Bigger than that key.
It's bigger than that
keyhole
key.
is bigger than that.
Okay. I don't have a key that'll fit.
Okay, Paint. We got Blood Door by Callie, Big Door by me, and Locked Door by
Callie, where
else.
Callie was.
Oh,
yeah, where I was.
Yeah.
Blood Door by Callie, and there's a big door.
Big door in the center where the devil came through.
Right.
We don't want that door.
No, we don't want the hell door.
That's the door that's closing.
To blood.
Blood door.
And then there is a door with and the keyhole door is there.
Right. So there's a keyhole door. There's the portal, the orangey portal in the center where the devil came out that illuminated itself in the center of the pit when Letters pressed the button.
Yeah.
And then
you can see the keyhole is like the stone is like shifting. It's not going to last forever.
Okay, can you pick it? Do we? A better question: do we wish to stay here for a moment?
We know how the blood door works. If another thing is summoned, we'll just go through the blood door. Pick that lock.
Have we been on the sand? It's safe?
Yeah, they're out in the sand right now. Callie ran across the sand.
I'll get up and I'll jog over to Kokanee to watch him do his thing.
There's no way that the key's just like in this pile of sand and metal somewhere.
Clack, help me dig. We're gonna dig around for it while Kokanee.
I'll start picking the lock, but might as well.
Okay. Yeah, with Clax, he's like, there's way too much sand, dude.
Yeah, I got a 3 for whatever we add to that.
I'm gonna put some hit points into letters. Shit. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're doing it. 1. Where's the other dice? Come on. 2, 3, and 4. That's pretty good. 8, 17, 19 to 24. 24
Thank you
points
very
of healing.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh boy.
Right. So Kogan, you're going to pick the door.
I'm gonna ask that somebody checks it for traps first for me.
I'll check it.
Okay.
Guidance.
Investigation check.
I'm checking the sand for keys at the moment.
18.
Sorry, what?
18.
18. You can see two things. The stonework is shifting and the keyhole is getting smaller. There's not a lot of the window for this to be picked is getting smaller. You can also see there is a magical glyph inside.
Ooh.
Oh, bad. Can someone just spell this? I don't have.
Let's go. Let's try the blood door.
Let's try the blood door.
Okay.
As you kind of are waiting, it fades back into stone. So you head over to the blood door, which now has also gotten a little bit smaller.
I'll put my bloody hand back on.
Yeah, you put your bloody hand, and then you can see it like it grows a bit more. As you all, and you can see the large doors have closed, and that portal has faded.
The hell door.
The one the devil came through.
Okay.
I'll go through the door first.
Okay.
If we're going through the portal. Yeah, we'll go through the blood portal first.
I'll go in the middle as I have been.
All right. You come into a small chamber. Let me just pull it up here. Jumping around the rooms. You come to a small chamber. Callie, as you step in, you can feel that it is quite magnetic in here. And you can see in the center of, it's also quite humid in here. You can see in the center there is a large circular, almost looks like a tub that's probably raised about 4 feet. And you can see is filled with water. It's sort of a milky pink in color. And on either side, affixed to the stone, are what looks like lanterns with what looks like shards of Arathis in them. Air light, glowing, so it gives the whole room kind of a soft blue light.
Oh boy, here come that trap check.
Guidance.
Here we go. Oh, that's so good. Damn, that's a 31.
Okay. So you, as you kind of investigate, you can see there's a couple of things. You can see there is a very fine silver wire. And you can see that, like, you just see the edges of it. It clearly, like, dips down and runs along underneath the water.
Whoa.
That kind of goes between the two lanterns. And the other thing you can see, it's not necessarily trapped, but you notice it on the wall on the far side. There's a small kind of stone bowl that kind of comes out of the stone wall. But instead of a spout, there is a sharpened, fine spike
Ugh.
Sounds like a put your blood in here, please. Well, don't touch the thing. Maybe touch this thing. This is quite a pleasant room.
Can I
Let's
go take
stay
a
here forever.
where's the wire?
It runs underneath the water. It goes between the 2 lanterns and runs underneath the water.
Tripwire.
Perhaps that's a portal. Also, the water.
The water?
Why else would there
Oh,
be?
yeah, no, it totally could.
Letters. I'm not a wizard. Do you think that is a physical tripwire, or does it look more like that spell, the alarm?
That sounds like alarm to me, but I can check my Arcana brain and not just Sean Deppner's knowledge of D&D. Juicy Arcana for 27.
27. It does look like the alarm spell.
How's the alarm spell?
But it also connects into the lanterns, and you're not exactly sure.
But it also connects into the lanterns. And letters Blackwater. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Not with all my arcane knowledge. Hey, this water, it looks real nice and inviting, right?
It's pink. It's like milky pink.
It's like milky pink. It's almost
Milky-
as if it almost looks like the water of Temple.
It looks like white water.
Uranus. It looks like white water, but it is pink. It has got just kind of a soft, sort of pinkish.
I
Does
want
it-
to
blood in it?
touch it.
Does it smell like white water? Like that kind of spicy, cinnamony kind of smell?
Kind of faintly. Yeah, it is like a nice sort of aromatic, like kind of cinnamon and lavender.
Why does
I
she
want-
have my? Why does she have my holy water in here? Or a
It's not
facsimile
exactly
of
the
it?
same.
Or a facsimile of it?
What if I touch and or drink it?
Don't drink
one
it.
after the- Maybe
You
touch
have-
though.
You are not looking so great. Letters.
No, I know. And that's what I'm thinking. Spicy pink water? Maybe healing. Maybe this is a spa where you come in when you need to be rejuvenated until your robot body comes back to life or is ready to. Because this is like a big bath, right, Tim?
And
Yeah, God says it's a big bath. This is where we rest.
and I mean, white water does have healing properties. It exponentiates healing.
And
Did you?
He did it.
He did it.
I haven't said it yet. That is just Sean Deppner's
I saw your
intent.
hand.
Oh, yeah, I did
saw
this.
your hand go.
I would like to touch it. I'm going to let y'all talk.
Letters. I'm worried that if Nepentha's whitewater heals, and we just went through a blood door, I have blood magic that takes healing from others, right? So what if it's that?
Wait, no, but we were just beside the room of trial.
Yes.
People fight, they come back here, and because we got to start thinking about why is this next to that, next to that, next to that.
I mean, if it's
This
if
is
it's
the
go-
healing room.
if it's going to exponentiate the healing of the white water, a soak in that souped up with aerolite would you let me touch it at least? I'm immune to necrotic damage. I'm immune to necrotic damage.
Yeah, okay, but you're gonna learn a language or something.
I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand right behind Neppy, right behind her.
But if there is this alarm spell in it, I don't wish. If
Just
there is
don't
an-
touch
Do we
that
want to
part.
dispel the alarm? I can dispel
We
it.
can.
You can dispel it.
No, you got 2 sleepy wizards.
I
We've
can
been.
dispel it.
We've been. Oh, yeah.
No,
okay.
it's just dispelling the alarm spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dispel magic.
Yeah, Callie can
Oh.
do that.
Oh yeah, Callie's been saving it. I love your temperance, Callie.
Thanks.
Perhaps just if you can. Nepthysicet's not happy about this whole situation. Perhaps just so the alarm wire is hooked into the lanterns with the aerolite.
Mm-hmm. And then goes over and then down underneath the water. You're not sure why it's attached to the lanterns.
Oh, the lanterns have airlight in them. They could come alive. They could be like, I'll
It could
sconce
also.
you good.
Does this look anything like? Because she's essentially. She's had the schematic in there for the
Doesn't look like the amplifier.
Thank you.
schematic.
That was my question. Thank you for
It looks
reading my
different.
brain.
I mean, like they look different.
Let me do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it. I'm just licking my fingers.
If you wish to dispel the alarm.
Can I dispel the alarm?
You will need to make a dispel check for me, please.
How do I do that?
So you'll roll a d20 and add your
Charisma.
spellcasting. Yeah, add your charisma, just your charisma.
But not proficiency, because that's for abjurists.
Hey, I got a 19 plus 4.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, you watch as the silver wire breaks, as you dispel the magic. You see it kind of float to the top. You see the shards shift in color to kind of a greenish color as the water also shifts from sort of a pink into a kind of like sort of sickly green.
Well, I don't want to touch it now.
No.
Now it's yucky pond water.
Does it smell like acid?
No, not quite. No, it does smell sweet though.
I'll
sweet.
Poison.
I'll touch it.
If anyone's touching it, Neppy's touching it. She's not allergic to things like we are. She can eat so many nuts.
If she has the power to turn white water into this, or some facsimile of white water, why don't? There's nothing else in this room. What, should I just touch it?
Yeah, give it a tickle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right behind Neppy.
I'm gonna cast resistance on myself.
Okay.
If I can I hold like the back of her armor?
Sure.
Like the neck? Yeah. Okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so +4 plus.
Rough, Neppy.
Yeah, you can. You scruffing me?
I am.
I'll hold on to Callie. We can get a whole train going.
Scruff train.
Okay. Plus Callie's 4. My Constitution is. Oh my god, that's a good roll though.
Yana reaches up and grabs Letter's like vest because she can't reach his neck.
23.
23. You feel your vitality start to drain as you kind of instantly pull your hand back. You kind of shake it off.
Is that like blight?
Nope.
My vitality.
Just like you could feel your like, yeah, just your vitality start to be sapped.
What if?
Sucking out your life energy so you can bathe in someone else's life energy.
Yes. Yes.
Fuck.
Neppy looks like almost physically ill, and not from that. That's from more the.
Yeah, you feel like all your muscles, like it's as if you've just run 10K. You're not exhausted, but you're like you feel your strength has been sapped a bit, and it could have been worse.
She is siphoning life. Is this like the spell? Does it feel like Does it feel like false life or vampiric touch? Okay.
Can we walk around this big pool of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I say, because when
there's a similar orb that you came through. There is one where you guys came through.
Right.
Because those sconces, when the thing broke, did they move at all? Or did they just change color?
They just changed color.
So she has it said, so that she will not trip the alarm spell, so that she will bathe in this bath and reap the vitality that she has sucked away from what? The beings that she is done with.
Something along those lines.
Well, should we go to that blood bowl? See how it do?
Yeah.
Where is she getting all this?
She's got
She
a
just
portal to
bored?
hell.
Power.
Power.
She seems like she doesn't want to die.
She is terrified of death.
Maybe she's just got more to do.
I think it's she's too smart.
She
She
thinks
wants
she's
to know everything. You can't know everything if you die.
death doesn't like to be cheated.
What's it gonna do? Kill you?
It'll come for her one day.
Yeah, it's gonna come. Wait. Because here's the thing: if you cheat death, all it can do is still kill you. It's not like you die worse or double. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I haven't met her yet, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's in. Okay, you got it. I don't know, I got-
Also, you are. My goddess has a hand in that process. What happens to you? That transition between life and death.
Okay, well, I guess if you start cheating death, you might as well keep going. Because if you already transgressed that far.
God, I hope she's terrified of dying. She should be. Considering what she's done.
Hey, maybe that's a bargaining chip. We've got the High Priestess of the transition from life to death. If you're really afraid of where you're going in the afterlife, we can put in a good word for you, potentially.
I wouldn't put in a good word for her.
Well, okay, it's
I understand.
we're
I understand.
talking.
I understand, letters, but
We don't
I'm
need
sorry,
to tell
this
her
is-
that we won't do that.
I don't
We
think
say,
she's scared of
I
dying.
can't do it. I'll talk to my boss. You talk to your boss. You don't try very hard, but you say that you will, and that's you put in a good word. You can't make any
Yana?
promises. You're not the guy. Sorry, go ahead, Yana.
I don't think she's scared of dying. I think she's scared of not getting her work done. Where she goes afterwards probably doesn't matter to her. The end of her work probably matters to her more than anything.
That's probably true.
I mean,
We're walking over to the bowl.
Let's go to
Kokanee?
Blood Bowl.
Kokanee, what
I
were you
was I was just gonna say, I mean, we're speculating over the deep motives of a person that none of us have ever met.
It is our favorite thing to do.
It is our favorite thing to do. You are right. But
Other than try and sacrifice yourselves for each other. There's that also. That's a favorite pastime of ours.
Right, second.
But yes,
touching
Blood
things.
Bowl.
Okay.
Blood Bowl.
As we walk over to the blood bowl, Callie's just gonna take Neppy's hand and give you 2 points of healing.
Right, who
Can I take a quick walk
flicks their finger?
just before we go?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna light a bit of incense.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk a couple times around the room.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna recite well, it's about 11 o'clock, so I'd probably recite the late night vespers, a short and truncated version. But I don't see myself sitting down for prayers anytime soon, and if Seer seems like as good as any.
Okay.
I throw some oats in the pool. What happens to them?
All right. You see they float there.
Nice.
If we're gonna prick a finger, Callie's gonna be the one to prick her finger.
Okay. You take 1 point of piercing damage. As the blood runs down into the bowl, you can kind of see sort of hovers there and then disappears into the stone. As the stone around it sort of like next to it sort of shifts into a kind of dark gray, sort of like a very dark gray portal.
Have we seen dark gray before?
No, not like this.
No.
Onward.
Okay. You head through.
Going first.
You feel yourself kind of walking. It's almost as if you're walking downstairs, but you come out onto a flat surface, into a relatively large domed stone chamber. Very magnetic. You instantly feel, Callie, it is extremely difficult to move. You your speed is reduced incredibly. As soon as you step into your right-hand side, you can see there is a set of stairs that goes up further into the stone. On your left-hand side, you can see probably starting about 25 feet away from you, 25 feet away from you, there is a line on the floor. You can see there's two lines. There are what looks like iron shavings standing straight up that form a large semicircle around the far wall. And next to that, a thick line of what looks like maybe salt. And on the wall, on the far side, a smooth, flat wall, you can see marbled with what looks like ore, like metal ore. You can see a figure. Long, black hair hangs down, a hairline quite receded. Male, somewhat pointed ears, grayish skin. And you can see that it is entirely wrapped in thick iron chains, held up against the wall about 10 feet off the ground. And you can see one arm is extended out, chains all along connecting to the wall. And you can see the hand at the end of that is kind of a shriveled, desiccated hand, blackish skin.
I'm going to activate my boon of Nepthisticate.
Iron shavings and salt. Is it blocking?
Yeah, where you're standing, it's 25 feet away from you, that ring
semicircle
starts that goes all the way around that line and around this figure.
So it is
the wall itself is probably the figure itself is probably about 60 feet away from you.
Okay. Iron shavings and salt. That's binding. This creature is being bound.
Should we say hey?
Why is it being bound?
Let's talk to it. Maybe it'll tell us. Because if it's bound, then it can't do anything to us. We break the circle, maybe we can.
Does it look devilish, fiendish, abyssal?
I mean, it has kind of pointed ears, but from what you can see, it doesn't look to be, I'm not sure, grayish.
Did you do your sense?
It's human.
Yeah, can I do Eyes of the Grave?
Sure. What, how far does that go?
60 feet.
And it's what, undead?
Undead.
Not undead.
Can I do my divine sense? It's also 60 feet. It's celestial, fiend, or undead.
Nope. Nothing.
Let's just say hey. Right. Hello.
The head kind of lifts up somewhat. Kind of you can see sort of a deeply lined face, many scars. You can see only one eye. The other eye at the moment is covered by hair. Hello.
We're Blackwater. We're a little lost. My name's Letters. Who are you, and how did you come to find yourself here?
This one's name is forgotten. Secrets given, secrets shared.
You work for Ioun?
No.
Do you have any not secrets, just like some small talk?
Secrets given, secrets shared.
Fuck this guy. Let's just keep going. I don't want to talk to this guy.
Freedom given, power promised.
Oh, okay. Now you want to talk. Okay. See, Neppy, this is negotiation. Yeah. See, I can see you've got a real circle here. Why don't you tell me some secrets about how you got here, and that'll maybe inform my decision about whether we let you go or not.
Secrets given, secrets shared.
We're going to the next
sounds
room.
like he
I don't
doesn't want to get out.
Is there
Is
anything else in this room? Anything else at all?
Let me check, Neppy.
that go up into the stonework behind
Guidance.
You know I'm looking for those secret extra things. Tiddlywinks, that's just a 15.
15.
I'm too busy gloating at this guy.
No. Doesn't appear to be anything else. You look as you go up the stairs a little ways. There does appear to be a little bowl with a spout.
What kind of secret?
It depends on the secrets given. What knowledge do you seek? I have many secrets.
Tim, are there any markings around that bowl, or is it another pinprick your hand bowl?
No, it's a little spout, and you can see that the stone is somewhat stippled. It looks like
Acid.
Acid.
That's from the main. That will open the black trench off the fountain foyer. If this is a spout, that'll go to the fountain foyer.
Coconut, you want to bring me some of that acid? Look, you know I love touching things. I don't want to fucking touch anything with this guy.
What is you?
Here you go.
Nappy, you look like you want to ask this guy. I can't control your secrets.
I don't have any secrets.
Everyone has secrets.
I have no secrets that you would find interesting.
Oh, please try.
He is here for a reason.
He is.
And Halora has him very specifically controlled for a reason.
I know.
I don't believe these are deals that we want to make without
No.
understanding.
I know.
Last time we gave secrets, we lost the secrets we gave.
Oh, no. You will not lose your secret. Only share your secret.
I'm putting acid on the thing. I'm fucking done with this guy. Clack, come on, we're going.
I know Halora's
Clack, get
given
your
you
things.
secrets, and I don't really want you and Halora having our secrets.
This is very true.
Oh, no, I would only share with Halora if she would bring me secrets.
Yeah, I'm aware of how that
Yeah.
works, and that sounds like a bad deal for us. I think I'll do fine without you, though.
We also clarified at the sleepover that we have no secrets.
Oh, I got plenty of secrets, but you got to buy me dinner first. Jesus.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Does a portal open, or am I just
Yeah.
sticking acid
Yeah,
on the
you see
thing?
the stairway ascends into kind of an inky blackness.
How long does it take me to walk to the portal?
Is he naked?
As far as you can tell, yeah.
Can I get any sense of any racial features or any sort of like discerning on age, like anything that I can discern with like a decent amount of medical knowledge?
Make a perception check.
That's going to be a 24.
As you kind of look and as he's speaking to you, you can see that it's difficult to discern age with all the scarring. But you can see his hair move at one point, and you can see that he only has one eye.
Like only one socket?
No, his other eye socket is empty.
Oh, is it?
And the hand, you can see that the hand
missing.
Like you can see, like,
stump.
You can tell that the hand that is outstretched and bound, the skin goes from kind of black and desiccated into the sort of grayish.
Nope.
Skin.
Nope. I know what that is. The second I clock that, I'm gone. The second I clock that. I'm gone.
Wait. I got an idea.
What's your idea?
What are those people I hate? I'm trying to find my shit list here.
No.
No.
We
don't need to tell him
nothing.
anything.
We don't need to interfere with anything.
Well,
Let
just
us
hear me
leave
out.
it. Let us. I was curious before. I'm not curious now.
All
Let
right.
us. We leave it.
Okay. I can enjoy your fucking eternal whatever the fuck you got going on there, bud.
Okay.
I'm
you
gonna start praying a little bit under my breath as we leave.
Through
as
the
you
portal.
Head out. He goes, I can hear you. As you head up the stairs, and you find yourself back in the foyer. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
We did a lap, folks.
We did a lap.
Tim, what time is it?
Or slap. I hate it here.
It's about 11, I think. Right? Yeah, we'll say that through the where the sand pit
Through
was.
the wine door, through the fire door.
Oh. Blech.
Bleh, indeed.
Okay. My dear, wonderful folks, thank you so much for joining us. Please come hang out with us at Chatwater on Monday. But before you leave, don't leave just yet. Our dear friend Jen over at Fateful Encounters, but she has her own stream. Jen is an amazing DM and all-around wonderful human. She has her own stream. Jen is online where she's a variety stream. She streams a bunch of games. We love her dearly. She has been a guest on Behind the Stream. Not behind the stream, behind the screen. There we go. We've never rated anybody before because we usually play so late, but she's doing her first charity, or not a first charity, she's doing a 24-hour charity stream, which I believe is for, Black Girls Code. Yes.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
we would like to raid her. So please stick around and hang out with us. So we're gonna head on over there. When you get in, please say hi and hello from BlackwaterDnD, with love from us. So we will be heading on over there shortly. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Come back and hang out with us on Monday for Chatwater, Wednesday for another episode of Behind the Screen where we have Cody from Dungeon Master's Diary. And we love y'all very, very much.
Do we want to drop a raid message?
Yeah, let's put that raid message in there. So we'll be dropping a raid message in the chat. So if you want to pop that in the chat over on Jen's stream, if you are, and then stick around for a little bit, give her some love, donate. That would be great.
Also, thanks to all our raiders tonight.
Yeah,
That's-
thank you so much.
I just dropped in the Zoom chat there because I don't have the emojis.
Oh, okay, that's great. I will pop it. Or Matt, do you want to pop it in the?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah, Matt, have you ever done a raid before? Never done it. Don't know how to do it.
I do know how to do it.
Fantastic. Give us two shakes here.
But I do need a sec. So I don't know. Somebody say something entertaining.
Do you wanna? Oh, where's my? I can make.
I mean, I don't know why y'all didn't give him some secrets.
What is it?
What
What
is
is it?
secrets?
What is it?
No secrets.
Hand eye missing. That's some Vecna shit.
That is
You don't
some
fuck with that.
Vecna shit.
You don't fuck with Vecna.
Shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
I had no idea.
Secrets.
Here's what I was gonna say. A little peek behind the curtain. I forgot the name of the trading company. I had to look it up. Couldn't remember it. Don't know where I put that note. Couldn't find my shit list, which is embarrassing because that's my favorite and most important
Isn't
list.
it in the book that I gave you?
I was looking through the book, but you're like, leave it, so I closed the book. But it's in the book somewhere.
Yes.
I wasn't aware if the shit list was its own thing or was by.
I think I left you the
location.
shit list to make.
Okay.
There's
This
a
is
raid
great.
message.
We have sent a raid message in the chat. Everybody copy it right now, and we are going to.
Exciting.
I'm on it.
We're gonna go raid.
We're gonna go
I'm
raid
so
somebody
excited.
right now who's doing a charity stream, and it'll be a good time.
Woo!
Have
We
fun.
love you very much, folks out there, and be safe.
Be
safe. You guys. See
I
you
was gonna tell him
soon.
that fucking.